Because, you know, 6 minutes late is on time.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, better than usual. We're getting better. That's good.
That's not. No.
We're getting better. Or go better.
I can't be happy.
No,
No.
your happiness is a failure.
No, it's because I'm a failure.
You're not a failure.
Welcome back, Sergeant Leftovers. I'm Argent.
Mort.
That's Mort.
Flora.
That's Flora. Welcome back to our stream. It is, as usual, Visual Novel Friday. Okay, quick. Everybody, say your names again.
Mort.
Flora.
Are we mute?
No, we're not muted.
Are you testing the mic?
Yep.
That guy right there.
That guy right there.
That guy right there. You guys been giving us grief.
You. Fine.
I don't know what that tick, 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 tick sound is. Sorry about that, guys. There's some kind of weird audio tick thing. By the way, they can hear you every time you go. They can hear it very clearly. It's a very good mic.
I can't hear it. That's where I'm.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying there's. Okay. Anyway,
No,
I got the
fine.
mic
I'll just
fixed.
shut my
I don't know
fucking
what the
mouth
hell I did. But
That's good.
I got the. There. Okay, so. Got the mic fixed. Did Conan Exiles the other night up on Facebook, and actually got it working, and I don't know how. So
Magic.
It's magic. Got the lights going, got the sound going, got the channel going, got my brain going. I think. So yeah, it's been a good week all in all. Although I look like I'm dead. My eyes. I looked in the mirror. I was like, my eyes are all red.
Vacation will do that to you.
Contacts. Well, no. Vacation is one thing. Staying up till 3 to 5 a.m. every night on vacation might have something to do with it.
Ah,
We've been staying
now
up
the
late.
truth comes out.
We've been staying up late. The only 2 nights we went to bed earlier were the nights that we had to take Drian to work the next day. So, anyway. So, last time. What happened last time?
You got drunk as fuck.
Yes, that happened last time. What happened in the game last time?
I'm
Or
not
do
gonna
we
lie.
remember? We don't
didn't-
remember.
I didn't sit down and have any time to review everything because I was just shoveling food down my mouth. And then.
Well, I'm probably hearing all kinds of thunks and stuff because apparently the pop filter is just not going to stay where it's supposed to go. But I don't think we need a pop filter all that much. Not for that distance. If we were right up on top of it and spitting in the microphone, then yeah, but... Hi, I'd like to welcome you to the world of Argent Leftovers, where all you hear is crank, 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 thunk, crank, thunk, crank, 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 because I'm trying to take parts of the microphone off while it's on.
Or more specifically, welcome to the world of Argent Leftovers, where
We're
everything's
never on
going
time.
great. Something's fucking broken.
Everything's fine.
Everything's great. We're all wonderful, and we're all happy to be here.
None of y'all are dead, none of us are dead.
Happy to be here. I wouldn't call myself happy, but happy to be here.
I'm happy. I'm also sneezy, lucky, dopey, grumpy. Aha! I figured it out!
He solved the problem. He broke it more.
I solved the problem. I broke it for it. No, now I know how it works. This is how I used to do stuff when I was a kid. I'd take it apart
And then put it back
and
together.
then put it back together once I figured out how it worked. There you go.
I think my dad took apart a bike once, like a motorcycle, just to see.
So, back when I was a kid, they made a big deal about Tonka trucks. How Tonka trucks were indestructible.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
They're indestructible for the average kid, but you weren't the average kid.
No. I found ways to take them
Or
apart.
the average bear.
I found ways to take them apart.
than the average bear.
They're just indestructible because they don't have screws in them. Everything's molded and welded and stuck in place. Trust me, you can take them apart. You can break them.
It just takes a little bit more effort.
It just takes effort.
E for effort.
So yeah, last week I got terribly, terribly drunk and basically passed out because I do not remember anything after a certain point.
We all tried to put his computer back together and we're panicking because we're like, oh my god, if we put it back together wrong, he's gonna yell at us. Ah!
You plugged it up in the wrong spot, and you had the HDMI cable in the wrong hole. Everything else was fine. Everything else was good.
We tried.
You did really good. You did really good. I don't ever let them touch the computer, and there's like 900 cables behind there, so.
There are.
Let's see. 2 joysticks, the headphones, keyboard, both plugins, all 4 plugins for the keyboard.
Yeah, because that's usual. That's common.
Well, it's got a powered USB on the side of it, the side of the actual keyboard itself. So it has to be plugged up. The keyboard has to be plugged up, and then it's got the headphone microphone jacks that have to be plugged up. Please don't spill steaming hot coffee on anything or tea.
Green tea.
I don't
and
think
I won't. It's too hot.
It's too hot. She put it in a cooler or a thermos,
That holds temperature.
and
for
it's
like
too
ever.
hot.
And ever.
It was really kind of funny when she took her first drink of it. It was like
I almost died.
face turned inside. Yeah, it was hilarious. She almost died.
It was great.
Anyway, yeah, I don't remember last week at all.
It's okay. It might come to us whenever we actually sit down and go, yeah.
I don't think we really had any major plot progression. I really feel like we didn't.
No, we basically got to watch
What's his Gidget and her
Garland and Jurian.
go out on a date?
Well, they didn't
Talk
watch
about
them. Yeah, they talked about their date
Being on
after.
a date, yeah.
That's all I really remember.
That's cute.
There was a lot of just talking.
Surprising for a visual novel.
Gosh.
There's a lot of talking. Oh my god.
Welcome to leftovers, where you get, picked at because someone's pedantic as fuck.
Welcome to Argent Leftovers. We get picked at because you got drunk last week.
And you get picked at because you drink your tea when it's too hot.
Everybody's picking on everybody. It's okay. No, so yeah, I didn't get to do a review of it because I was busy doing other things because I'm on vacation and I don't care. I had fun. I have picked up my phone like a total of maybe 12 times when it wasn't me just leaving the house with it. Because I didn't want to. And I didn't have to.
There's nothing wrong with that. Cloud.
Claude.
Claude. We're not calling him Cloud.
His name is not Cloud. It's Claude. Yeah, Claude. I get a good laugh of it because of the Robert Aspirin myth books, where the whole dimension is claw. So it means everybody that comes from there is a Claude. And the other main character is from Perv.
Oh, that's right. We did get another piece, though. Because our decision to tell Garland to be a man was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was a man.
And then he was a man, and so then she got a piece for
She
it.
got a piece for being good.
Okay.
And she helped him.
Yay.
It was a good deed. And there was much rejoicing.
Yay.
Woo!
And let's see. What is Claude being such a turd about? Because I seem to remember that he had like an attitude problem for some reason.
He did.
But I don't remember why.
I don't either.
Let's find out.
I think we can go back in the log.
Do 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 do.
For some reason, it doesn't like the scrolly wheel. I mean, we were talking about.
There was
we
a
spent.
locket?
Yeah, we spent some time out in the town to go get a gift for Claude because he's been a pissy pants.
Oh, okay.
So we decided to go get our groceries or whatever we needed to go buy for the mansion.
I did
First-
not hear any of this.
That's because I was not doing all the talking there. Whereas you were just kind of everywhere.
Yeah, I don't remember reading any of this.
Yep, he's been pissy.
Yeah, look at that.
I know, he was being a, fucking princess.
Good lord. 900 lucets.
Yep.
I'm being a big pansy pants.
So hopefully.
I'm being such a woman.
Yeah.
And then Waltz is all like, don't be a dumbass.
Yeah, right? Or we made the choice and it's like, okay, we could either buy a very nice thing for Claude or we can buy whatever we find when we have the money we have left.
And so we find a locket.
Yes, we find a locket. Or something. Or something. It could be a brooch, I don't know. Although brooches don't usually have a little small container piece.
Yeah, she actually says locket. I think that's the only reason I said that.
Okay, no, yeah, because it's like it's right in the corner.
You can put something small in. Yeah, can you see? Is this blocking?
A little bit. It's like kind of blocking a little bit of my right eye. So like of my either was not in focus.
There.
Thank you.
That should be out of your way. All you gotta do is tell me.
I wasn't sure what it was exactly. Whether it was like me poking myself in the eye with my freaking eyeliner because I sharpened it stupid apparently, or if it was that. I was about to do the eye test.
Is it? I can tell you, it's both my eyes.
Where are your glasses?
I'm
Oh, you're
wearing
wearing
my
contacts. You said that earlier. Sorry. I was like, no wonder you can't see.
Oh no! If I was not wearing contacts, I wouldn't be able to see anything. I mean, there's a computer? Shock! What is this box before me? Why is it bright? Anyway.
Why is it warm?
Why is it squidgy?
Stop doing bad things to your laptop.
Squidgy has been one of my favorite words this whole last week. They put Jimmy Carr up on Netflix, and he was telling fat jokes.
Oh dear.
And he's like, fat guy came up to me after one of the shows, says, "How do you think I feel?" He goes, "Squidgy."
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
If not worsits, why is it made of worm?
Oh.
Shall we
Shall we?
dive right in?
We shall.
Alright, let me get on my British accent here. And swallow past the scalding.
Scalding or scowling?
Scalding.
Scalding. Alding.
Cloud.
That's why you can't pronounce that word. Because you're dumb about pronunciations.
Excuse me while I
You just
scooch out of the way.
step over the TV remote.
You probably could.
Get on my snooty. Well, I guess she's getting less and less. Everything is about me, princess. But
Less, but still kind of
I'd still slap her in the face
yeah.
with a fish.
with a fish.
When we return to the mansion, I go to my room to tuck the locket into a drawer before I head to the tavern to finish the rest of my chores. Just as I expected, Claude is not downstairs today either. Jurian and Garland have taken to training with each other, though they seem agitated that Claude is not helping them. At the end of the day, I hurry to my room, where I write a few words on a piece of paper that I put into the locket. A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead, in heartfelt thanks. I hold the locket tightly in my hand and start toward Claude's room.
And I find him hanging.
No! What?
No, just the whole entire. She's being a girl. Oh my god.
Why is my heart beating so fast? I'm just giving him a gift. I pause at Claude's door, remembering the last time I entered his room. I'm sure it's okay if I just go in. That's not smart.
Why do people think it's a good idea to just walk in rooms?
I open up the door to Claude's room, which is thankfully not locked, and step inside. Claude is sitting motionless in front of his mirror, shoulders slumped as he stares at his reflection.
One sec.
He's shirtless, and there's that tattoo. It seems different.
I don't want to chance the line being his.
I know, right? It's okay.
Let's see.
We can wait. Oh.
Oh no, more narration. More narration, we're good.
Claude does not notice me at first. I notice that his hand goes to the tattoo over his chest, and then I hear him heave a heavy sigh. Hey, can I have something cold to drink?
No. What do you want?
something, I don't know, water, I don't care.
Water. It's not cold, it's room temperature.
That's fine. As long as it's not scalding. Right?
Yes, scalding.
Okay.
You got it right that time.
You're being mean about it.
You're getting the words wrong. Don't do that.
Slowly, I close the door behind me. It clicks, and that is when he suddenly turns to look at me. At first, there is just shock on his face, and then suddenly, anger.
Again, why do you do this again, Lucette?
I've come to speak with you, I've come to give you something.
I don't think either's going to make him happy.
No, but I feel like give you something's like a tad safer.
I've come to give you something. What do you want?
I've given you a gift. Please don't hurt me.
Exactly. As opposed to, I want to talk to you.
Get the fuck out. I'm going to say get the fuck out whatever I say, so.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Get about my house, bitch.
So, you're giving him something?
I believe
give
so.
him something.
Okay. I tightly grip the locket in my hands as I stare at him.
And this was so important, so very essential, that you once again missed knocking on my door for a simple delivery.
His voice slices through my heart.
He's kind of a dick.
I wanted it to be a surprise.
I am not in the mood for surprises, princess.
Oh!
He does look like Vega.
In no time at all, Claude is suddenly right in front of me, his hands outstretched on either side of me, pinning me to the wall against the door.
Going in for the wall pin.
His face is so close, his expression so fierce that I cannot even bring myself to think of a way out. The only thing I can do is stare at him levelly, without getting angry, without crying. I will not show any weakness.
Why? Why aren't you struggling or screaming at me? That's what the Lucette I know would do.
Then you do not know me as much as you think you do.
And you know nothing about me.
I already have a retort prepared when I stop, realizing that he is right. I barely know anything about him. No, I don't. But I'd like to.
Why do you insist on poking your nose into others' business?
We're partners. That's the only reason. It has to be. I'm supposed to help you, so why do you keep secrets from me?
Help me?
His lips quirk, but his smile is sardonic. Claude, I want to help you. In the silence that descends between us, I find that I cannot help but look at Claude's tattoo, at the thorns twirling around the rose. It is beautiful, but it also seems so lethal. When I glance at Claude again, he looks crestfallen, his eyes glittering like he might be on the verge of tears.
Secrets are secrets for a reason, princess. You should know that. If I could speak about them, I would, but I can't. And you bursting in my room without any notice only makes it harder.
Harder for what?
Princess, you can't imagine what this all feels like. God damn it.
What is he talking about?
That woman. I thought we were meant to be. She was so lovely. Her smile was as bright as the sun.
Claude's eyes are far away.
That's why... Never again. But then you ruined everything, Lucette. You cut me down like...
I push my hands against Claude's chest, catching him off guard and forcing him to stumble back. I cannot take any of this. If I've ruined everything, then I'll just leave. You can have all the time in the world to yourself then. The locket I'd brought for him burns in my hand, and I end up throwing it at his feet.
Lucette, wait.
I ignore him as I run from the room. When I return to my room and lock my door, I feel too hollow inside for tears. It hurts to breathe when I think of Claude. I eventually manage to fall asleep, but only have snatches of restless dreams when my eyes finally close. Mother, are you and Father in true love, like the fairy tales?
I thought I forbid you to speak of fairy tales. Have you been reading them?
No, Mother. I overheard someone in the palace talking about them today.
Then I shall have to find that person to make sure they know what an inappropriate topic of conversation it is in the palace.
But, Mother, the true love in fairy tales sounds so nice. Do you think I can fall in true love with a prince?
Dearest one, true love like that does not exist.
But...
The love between a mother and her child is the truest kind. I cannot be replaced by anything else. All other kinds of love is an illusion. My love is all you will ever need. Do you understand me, my heart?
Yes, Mother.
They don't like her mom. They really don't.
I never liked the mom
creepy.
characters.
Quick shout out, Banana Nana Nana Nan, Commander Root Community Showcase, and Ted. Tired.
Tired?
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 Tired? I'm so tired.
Oh,
Hoi
man.
gewalt.
You need some gefilte fish.
Gefilte fish. Don't be such a puddum.
But don't forget to have a spadoinkle day.
Have a spadoinkle day. Don't take it too far. We're gonna get anti-Semite comments now.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Nah, they just need to be all. They need to be spadoinkle.
I smack you in the tuchus. You want some money from your uncle. You gotta do this when you talk like that. It's like when you do Brooklyn. I'm talking here! What are you doing? I'm gonna give one of the cards a Brooklyn accent. That's it.
God.
Do it.
It's gotta happen.
One needs to be Brooklyn, the other one needs to be a bit of a Jew.
I'm Gordon here!
Exactly. Keep your stance straight, princess.
Jurian gives me a warning, but too late on purpose. I can see the smile on her face as she effortlessly slides past my defenses and taps me on the shoulder with her wooden sword.
I got you.
Again. For the last few days I have been practicing with Jurian and Garland because Claude still hasn't come out of his room. The knights offered to train me, and right now they are teaching me about ways to hold a sword. This is slow, but Claude did tell me I wouldn't be able to master the sword quickly. Claude. He made me so angry that day that I could not even properly give him my gift. Yet I still feel sad that he is not here teaching me himself.
Come on, princess, focus.
I jolt out of my...
I'm sorry, I was saying I bet the rose is part of his curse.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because, like, her little locket.
Yeah, it
pieces
gives
fall
him
off.
like the
Or no.
status
Fall off?
report.
Add one? Guess when I was added one.
No,
Yeah.
it comes off.
No,
It
it's
breaks.
adding one.
Yeah, it adds them.
Is it?
Whenever
Yes.
she has the full piece, that's whenever she's
It's
free.
because she's got 2 pieces added so far.
Oh, okay. How was there anything to add? Would it just be like a chain with a little
Or, yeah,
bit of it?
I
I think it
guess
had like a
it-
crescent on it, didn't it? And then
Oh,
it
okay.
becomes a shoe,
Eh,
I think is what the point is.
Okay. I'm bass backwards as usual. It's okay.
I jolt out of my reverie and nod at Jurian. Am I saying that right? Jurian?
No, I've been saying Jurian.
Okay, good. Okay.
You have to figure out some names, guys.
We-
They're not easy.
We'd have corrected you by now. God.
I know. That's why I
Oh
was-
no, I've got a different thing altogether.
Hmm.
I have to re-record one line.
Oh no.
I mispronounced
Imogen.
Imogen.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't know how he was gonna fill it.
Exactly. Imogen.
Imogen.
Like,
I knew that name. Hey Buzz.
Hi, Buzz.
Buzz!
Buzz. No.
I ready myself for her next strike and once again get tapped, this time on the hip. Garland takes over after Jurian, and then we do rounds where I try to hit them with certain strikes. They are both good at teaching, but it does not feel the same as Claude's instruction. His lessons seemed less like they were out of a book.
Don't worry, Princess. It always starts out slow.
Lan was just as slow at training, but look at him now.
Garland whips his head around in Jurian's direction, his face turning deep red.
Jurian, that nickname.
But you're so much fun to tease, Lon.
She beams at him and then laughs at his embarrassed face. Our practice goes on for a few more minutes before the knights tell me to wrap up for the night. I think I am going to stay out here for a little bit.
Princess, you know it's dangerous out there at night.
If I don't return in 10 minutes, you can come back and check on me. Jurian seems unconvinced, but she eventually nods.
Fine, but keep your guard up, Princess.
I watch the two knights as they head back. I see Garland put his arm around Jurian's waist, pulling her closer.
Oh.
I turn away from the sight, ignoring the heavy feeling in my stomach.
Oh.
I'll just practice the swings for 5 more minutes. The only thing I hear in the clearing while I practice is my shallow breathing and the wind in my ears. Something breaks my concentration, however. I see a glimmer of color in the forest, and I instantly stop, my hands growing tense on the wooden sword. What was that? I glance around at my surroundings, and then I freeze when I feel a hand on my shoulder. I can feel someone's breath on my neck. This all feels familiar. Is this Claude?
Stab that bitch.
Yeah. I am pretty sure I recognize Claude's hand, but because I know it's him, I also know what he'd want me to do. I duck away from his hand and turn quickly to point my sword. The tip of the wood is at his neck, and for a few stunned moments, I think I've won. Even Claude looks surprised. It's really him. But then Claude's hands have moved, and he has one hand over my wrist and the other on my sword.
Yay!
Woo! Don't put your hand on the blade. Bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good you are. Good, Lucette. You realized you had an opening, but you broke your concentration.
Claude. Claude removes his hands, allowing me to lower my sword.
I'm sorry, Lucette.
I feel my breath catch in my throat when Claude holds out the rose pendant that I got for him. I feel my cheeks flush.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
Doggy doggy.
Doggy doggy. You accidentally left this beautiful thing in my room when I came to return it.
You're just as dumb as she is.
He's kind of stupid. He's not too smart. That's how he got cursed.
Right.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Did you realize you're an idiot? Here's a curse, just in case you didn't catch.
Return it?
Yes, you left it in my room, and so I only thought it appropriate to bring it back to you.
Does he really think I left it there on accident? Why would I leave it in your room on accident?
What?
I bought it for you, and I wanted to give it to you, but you were acting so strangely, and... Claude's eyes widen, the surprise clear on his face.
She literally threw it at him.
Yeah.
No, I accidentally leave it here.
And she told him she was bringing him something.
Right. I just wanted to give you something. Here it is. I think you lost this. And you're the smart one. Lucette, you bought this for me?
Why does he look so shocked? Claude looks at me in awe for a few moments. His eyes go back down to the locket. He traces a finger around the intricate shape, his eyebrows slowly furrowing.
He's fingering a rose.
It's to thank you for everything that you've done for me.
Lucette. This is beautiful.
He lets the chain fall through his fingers as he stares at the rose pendant with adoration. I feel my heartbeat stutter as he turns to regard me with the same gentle smile.
That's not a gentle smile.
It's not supposed to stutter.
That's called arrhythmia.
I actually had to ask my doctor about that. It was like my heart just stops beating for a few. She's like, "It's okay, you're fine."
Seriously?
Yeah, she's like, if it stops or it flutters badly for an extended period of time, then come see me. But as long as it's every once in a while, you're okay. So yeah, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Every once in a while, I just stop living for. Oh, okay, we're good.
Oh dear.
Now he's back in her face. I hope he has some minty fresh breath, because
He leans forward and my breathing stops as he reaches out to hold up my glass slipper necklace.
nope, didn't have a breath mint.
He's standing so close to me.
You really are a good person, Lucette. You completed your second good deed. I think some kind of congratulations is in order. Is there anything you want that I can give to you?
Oh dear. I look up at him and notice that Claude's smile doesn't reach his eyes.
Because he's not the fucking Joker. I'm sorry, I hate that term. Smile doesn't reach his eyes, because I always think...
He still looks so sad. I feel like there is so much that I want from Claude, but I do not want to ask for something that might make him sad.
Want a hug. I just want a hug. I want you to smile. Oh my god.
I mean,
I pulled a you. My brain transposed you into...
I want to you smile.
I want to you smile. Words is our English.
Sometimes it takes a lot of braining to make the words go.
Hey, don't sweat it. Mine does that too. It just does it a lot less often, thankfully.
So do we want to hug or do we want to smile? I mean, technically he's already smiling, he's just not reaching his eyes.
Smile to your eyes, damn it! I am smiling. What's wrong with you, woman?
Are those sweet tart Skittles?
Those are sweet tart jelly beans.
Oh, okay, that makes a little
Because
more
this is Easter and jelly beans come out at Easter and
Oh,
jelly
it's
beans
Easter. Is it?
It's
Yeah.
I thought Easter already happened.
No, we're just.
I don't
in
work at a
March.
church anymore, so.
It doesn't matter.
I don't work in a church either. That's
I
not
don't
Easter's
work
coming
at
up.
one. I don't go to one, and yeah, I still remember Easter's coming.
I worked at a church for 5 years, okay? I try to ignore that Easter's coming.
I went to a church for the better part of my first part of my life. I still remember when Easter is. You know why?
Why?
Jelly beans.
Jelly
Oh,
beans.
that's why. Okay. These are really good.
That and if you
They
actually
are.
go to a grocery store, they have the little setups.
I haven't been to one in a little while.
Oh my god, I have something to show you all on the next break.
Okay. So hug or smile? I mean, I think, because I mean, we don't want to make him sad, and I think if he's already smiling and we tell him to smile, that's going to be a little confusing.
Smile, dickhead!
Although
No,
Buzz
do it
is
really.
Buzz is voting hug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's hug him.
Let's see what happens with the hug. You want to save first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
save.
Okay, is this the
That's a great idea.
the how? Okay, and we click, and we saved, and then we return back to where we were.
Should be able to just do it with a right click.
Well, I want to do it the hard way so I can actually have a memorization here. Hug.
Less to memorize if you just memorize right click. I'm gonna get hit. The problem is I keep feeling my ribs getting hit. It's like she's not actually moving, but I feel the impact on my ribs.
It's just, it's just the force of her personality.
Huh?
The force of her displeasure.
Click.
Claude looks at me in surprise. He thinks I am being foolish for making such a request, doesn't he? I shouldn't have said anything. But before I can say anything else, Claude takes a step forward and wraps me in his arms.
Like a mummy.
He pulls me toward him, and in those moments of silence, all I can hear is his heartbeat resounding in his chest. I can feel his warmth all around me, and his fingers clasped gently at my back. I feel so strange. My heart is racing, and my knees feel weak.
Hey.
Something like this.
It's 2 in a row.
We make good choices.
He speaks right into my ear.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't do that.
It is a surprisingly pleasant feeling.
No, it's not.
Suddenly,
Oh,
Suddenly, Claude makes a noise of distress as he steps away from me.
Yeah.
All of the warmness that was pressed against me one moment ago is gone. Karma suddenly stops, eyes wide. He puts his hand on his chest and takes a step away from me, his fingers clutching at the fabric of his shirt.
Why did she change names?
I know.
I'm having a heart attack.
Claude has a pained expression on his face, only making me more anxious.
Myocardial infarction.
Hi, last me.
Hey, last me.
Last me!
It's some sticker of waving?
Yeah, it's a sticker. It's a waving sticker, but I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure it out. Anyway, I'm having a heart attack, so should we get back to that? Should we get back to me dying? Again?
Not now.
Now.
Claude, are you okay? What's wrong?
Lucette, don't worry about it.
Self-sacrificing idiot. He lowers his hand with the pained smile slowly fading from his face. This does little to reassure me. Was it my fault you were locked in your room for so long? He just looks so pained to be anywhere near me.
No, most definitely not. I was feeling under the weather. And also bitter.
Bitter? Why would he feel bitter?
It's not for you to worry about, darling. For now, we should head back. It's late, and you need rest. I just got back from patrol, so I would like to rest as well.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sweet Lucette. You've already done enough for me.
He clutches the rose locket to his chest and sighs out a little with a gentle smile. This smile feels real to me.
We still got a smile anyways.
Yay!
This is a beautiful gift, and I will treasure it always. Thank you, Lucette. Wow, that sounded really final.
I know, right?
Now, shall we head back?
Beefy kid. Hi.
Hey, Beffy kid. Beefy?
Oh.
Beffy?
Beffy.
Beffy.
I see Beffy.
Oh no, that definitely should be Beffy. You're right.
I'll say Beefy. You want me to call you Beefy kid or Beffy kid?
So, Buzz, was the hug everything that you wanted?
Buzz, did you get enough out of the hug? Did we make it special for you? Did you like it?
It resulted in a heart attack, so...
I love this hug.
I wish this moment could last forever. Oh, maybe it might.
I wish this moment could last into the end of my life. Oh wait, it did. Moving along.
I nod at him, and we silently walk back to the mansion.
Is he also coached with no nookie or a die from a real broken heart? Oh, that would blow.
That would blow.
I guess it wouldn't, but I did it all for the nookie. Oh! That's how most people feel when they hear a Limp Bizkit song.
When we make it back to the tavern, I feel tired, but also lighter than I have for weeks. Claude wishes me a good night before slowly walking off to his room, holding the rose locket I gave him tightly. New day.
Today in the news.
Today, I am walking around town to do some errands with Claude. It has been quite a while since we have done this. Though we are here to run errands, there is also something else that drew me into town today. Yesterday, Waltz came back to the mansion and told us of an announcement the king was making today.
Oh, I get to play the king again.
Apparently that announcement had been posted for at least a week's time, but Waltz had only caught onto it after hearing about it from the crowds after one of his puppet shows. I am not sure what this announcement entails, but I feel that I need to see the king make it with my own eyes. I can see more people milling about than usual. I know, this isn't going to end well, is it?
Off with our head!
Which means most of them must be waiting for the king to speak. I have a bad feeling about this. It is not strange for the king to make announcements, but this feels so sudden.
3 weeks of sudden? Really?
I mean, she did say at the last minute.
And with everything else that's happened to me, I feel on edge.
Wow, Lucette. You made these bags sound a lot lighter than they actually be.
Stop complaining, Miss Karma. You get valuable experience out of carrying bags.
Level up!
Seeing Claude complain is amusing, especially since I know he can handle the load.
I feel like a servant.
What does that make me when you made me carry all those bags before?
An assistant?
I roll my eyes at him. We're both working at the mansion, you know. And then the thought strikes me. What do you even do with the mansion? Claude looks surprised at my question, but then he quickly smiles at me.
I train the knights, of course. I also attract customers with my beautiful reputation.
I start laughing and Claude's face flushes.
Darling, I get the feeling you're laughing at me.
I wonder. We finish up the rest of our errands and then sit down in the town plaza to rest. Claude leaves briefly and then returns with a slice of cake for both of us to share as a snack. I have a lot of things I want to ask him, and now feels like the right time to do so. May I ask you a question?
You just did. Of course, darling. Anything.
Do you enjoy dressing like a woman?
I don't mind it, really. I appreciate the beauty in anything. You girls get to wear quite an assortment of lovely dresses and makeup. It's quite beautiful. I feel more comfortable in my own clothes, but I don't mind dresses.
I guess if you've had to wear a dress for so long, you'd get used to it. I have another question.
Is the announcement about a strange disease that's been killing people who hug each other with a kingdom-wide no-hug policy? Nobody hugs anybody! Heart attacks happen! And what would that be?
When I was in your room the other day... Oh, God. You spoke about a woman. Were you talking about the witch who cursed you?
Oh, no. The woman I was talking about...
He suddenly goes silent and lowers his head. His expression fades into something more melancholy, and I feel my heart lurch. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this up.
Did she get vaccinated as a kid? Because I'm pretty sure she's fucking autistic.
Why? Because she asks stupid questions?
No social awareness at all. Hey, I think out here in the middle of everywhere, after having this deep, heartfelt connection after days and days of you not talking to me, is a great time to bring up the thing you told me in your drunken state or whatever.
That you didn't want to talk about.
Right. Great time to approach that subject.
I mean, I was going to chalk it up to the fact that she wasn't raised around people.
Yeah. I think it's because she was vaccinated.
So
Jenny
were
McCarthy
you.
told me.
Oh, dear. To my surprise...
I hate anti-vaxxers. Let's just get that out in the open real fast. I
So
hate
do I.
anti-vaxxers. Anyway, moving on. So does she.
So do all of us, I think, yeah.
All of us on this channel.
Because we're not stupid.
To my surprise, and to all of our surprise, Claude continues talking.
Shortly after I came to Angel, there was a woman I met whose smile was as radiant as sunshine. She was beautiful, and when she laughed, everything felt right about the world.
Hearing him talk about her makes me uncomfortable. Am I jealous?
Gasp.
Claude washes me quietly, as if he is measuring my expression. Eventually, he goes back to speaking.
I knew her for many months. Time passed, and I thought we were truly in love, and then I...
He goes silent for a few moments, his eyes distant, his expression pained.
So was the reason he cursed is because he hugged a girl and she died from a heart attack? I kissed a girl and she died of a massive myocardial infarction. Sorry. Well, some things happened and I realized she only loved me because of my curse. She was drawn to me just as any other woman is. She seemed so genuine in comparison to the other women, but in the end...
Hi! Claude trails off and lets out an exasperated sigh. You were truly in love with her?
I was. I've dated many women, but I've never fallen in love with someone who's honestly loved me back.
So then the last person he loved was that one woman? Claude looks at me, and for a few moments he does not speak.
Lucette, Do you mind if I ask you a question?
No, I don't mind.
Have you ever loved anyone?
My mother, of course.
I was referring to a romantic kind of love. So is she! Sorry.
Gross.
Yeah.
Romantic?
You gotta love interpersonal relationships.
Oedipus anyone?
Ugh.
I love that I said Oedipus anyone and you're like this.
A romantic kind of love? What does that kind of love feel like?
Well, obviously like a heart attack. Allow me to enlighten you.
You're not wrong. Love does feel like a heart attack.
Ugh. He smiles at me, and it is
What kind of love have y'all been having?
I mean, what? Are you really that surprised?
That love feels like a heart attack? Yeah, it's kind of news to me. Doesn't generally feel like pain.
Doesn't?
After facts when love is over.
Afterwards, yeah.
No, it's usually during.
You're okay.
Okay, I was completely joking.
Oh.
What?
Wrong size of handcuffs, wrong length of binding.
Not
Anyway.
that kind of pain. That's fun.
Different kind of love. We've gone off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost time for a break.
Don't you always go off the rails?
Unfortunately.
We're trying not to as
We're
much.
trying not to.
We're
Like
trying.
a crazy train.
We're trying really hard not to.
Okay.
He smiles at me, and it is surprisingly genuine.
It can feel simultaneously like floating and sinking. Your heart stutters and you worry about small things like whether or not you're having a heart attack. About offending this other person in some way. You wonder if they like what you're wearing or if they would prefer a sandwich to a casserole when you treat them for dinner.
This is an interesting description of love.
Is that kind of like...
You begin to find beauty in all of the things that they do. The presence makes you feel complete in a way you'd never thought of before. You try to imagine life without that person and find that you cannot. To even consider such a thing is painful, so much so that it feels like it might break your heart.
Oh, there's the heart attack.
It's somewhere.
Claude continues talking, but my mind is already whirling. Though he phrases things in a way that still feels unnecessarily dramatic, I feel a tinge of familiarity. The things he's describing, those are the things I feel when I'm with him. Oh gee, go figure. Before I can say anything, we hear the sound of hooves, and the both of us turn.
Let me get my king pants on.
Good luck.
Those awful big pants.
I can see a procession of knights, along with the king on his horse. He normally rides into town like this, but today he's not smiling, and there are way too many knights riding with him. And is that Sir Alcaster?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Let us go find a place to stand and watch.
As you wish.
Claude walks with me into the crowd gathering around the king, and we find a spot to spectate at the very edge, closer to the alleyways.
My beloved citizens? My beloved citizens of Angiel, I have come before you today to make an important announcement. Ever since I was given this crown, I have sworn to live my life for the people and to rule in all fairness, so that our kingdom could enjoy great peace.
The crowd breaks into applause. Woo! I stare at the king, an uneasy feeling in my stomach when I notice that there is sadness in his eyes, though he is smiling. Then I notice Sir Alcaster appears to be hiding a smile.
He's a bad guy.
I do not like where this is going. The king's speech goes on for long minutes after that, with him detailing the commitments he made, the goals he set, and finally his love for the people. The audience around us claps and cheers, but Claude and I are silent.
Something is not right.
I nod in response.
To this day I keep this promise. I would never break this oath, for it is the foundation on which I rule.
The audience claps again, but I am silent, watching the king intently.
Unfortunately, the unwelcome news that I bring you today gives me reason to hand this foundation over to someone else. I have fallen terminally ill, as you can tell by my booming voice.
The king's proclamation is met with shocked and angry chattering from the audience. I cannot hear anything that is being said over the cacophony of voices, but I know that the audience is dissenting. I stiffen as I stare at the king. He is lying. I can tell by the firm set of his jaw and the way his eyes flicker across the crowd faster than they ought to. The king has lied to me so many times before that I can recognize when he does it.
I know that this unfortunate news must come as a shock, but this is an illness for which there is no current cure.
He's been cursed.
As for the question of my successor...
He trails off for a few moments.
You have a son.
And I think I see something in his eyes that hints at urgency, but I am not sure why.
Who talks through a rabbit, but still. Crown Princess Emmeline is unmarried and still too young to rule on her own.
I feel a pang of irritation and confusion. Another lie. Emmeline could rule just fine with the help of Sir Mithras and the others.
After much thought, I have come to the conclusion that our kingdom, which still continues to face danger from the witches, is best put in the capable hands of the commander of the Order of Caldera, Sir Alcaster.
What? I cannot hide my shock. The rest of the audience reacts similarly, their sudden outburst a testament to their confusion.
While I will be giving support and assistance from the sidelines, I cannot in good grace continue to wear this crown when I know I cannot serve my people as they deserve. Simply put, I believe that the witches have gained more power in the recent months, and that Sir Alcaster is best suited to deal with these conflicts. The fairy tale curse runs more rampant these days, and there have been more reports of incidents involving magic.
The murmuring continues, except now the townsfolk sound panicked. This cannot be true. I do not miss the reluctance in the king's next words.
Sir Alcaster has also suggested a number of remedies to our laws, especially concerning our security and work hours. I believe that Sir Alcaster can better rule the country in these turbulent times. Please show him all the love and loyalty you have shown me. That bastard.
Claude has a foul expression on his face, and his words feel heavy, even in a low whisper. I know the king. He takes every duty upon himself, and he would never hand his crown to someone else. Once Sir Alcaster comes to stand on the podium, he silences them with a glare.
Citizens of Angel, I swear to you that I will serve you as well as Sanaro has. That being said, I also believe that some changes will need to be made.
Sir Alcaster continues to speak. He mentions things like curfews for safety, extended work hours, and additional taxes to go toward the knights, but I am slowly beginning to block out the drone of his voice. What is going on? Sir...
No, poof this.
No, Alcaster must have done something to force the king into this charade. The king stands behind Alcaster with his hands clasped, his eyes alert, but there is a helplessness to them that I have never seen before.
And with that, we will take a quick break. It's going to be a 5-minute break, guys, and we will be back. Hold on. Yeah. So, 5 minutes, we will be right back. Hang out. And we're back. Sorry about that. Everybody had to get a drink.
Between the three of us and Peanut Gallery, there was,
Peanut Gallery has a name.
Yeah, but we don't care.
Oh.
Goodness, Sergeant.
I will
But-
get revenge.
But tonight's Peanut Gallery's name is... You can announce yourself.
I can announce myself. Hello, I am Sturmreiter, also known just as Sturm.
Also known as that guy who's over there breaking my chair.
I'm
Because
not
he's
breaking your chair.
freaking huge.
I'm not that big.
I mean, poor Arjun over here has to look up at you like...
I'm like 5'11".
I'm not that big. Wait. Maybe I am. There we go.
Okay, just so y'all know, here's the deal. Like, I'm 5'10 and a half, 5'11". You can still see me.
I'm 6'4". That's why I'm called Sturm.
He's taller than me. I love that, and I think we pointed this out before, but I just realized myself that we go in height, descending height order.
Mm-hmm.
Lowering the bar?
Yeah, but only we're going this way.
No, you see, if I was on a proper sized chair, I would actually be taller than you.
I know.
I'm sorry, but when my
Everybody's
cat
taller.
stands on a chair, he's taller than her.
Oh.
I mean, she's not tall at all.
I'm like 5 foot,
You're 5 foot cute.
5'1" maybe 2.
Pretty sure she's 5'2".
One-ish.
One-ish.
Ish.
She holds on to her ish.
With the ish.
But if you add a T to it, you get Tish.
Yes.
Oh, I'm 5'1" Tish.
You're 5'1" Tish.
Arrange the letters. It's
On your face.
Okay.
okay.
It isn't long before the crowd's unsettled murmuring becomes agitated whispering.
That's more like you're strangling Daffy Duck than a whisper.
Sorry.
And you're making a lot of squeaking noises.
Yes.
I am stunned when Claude claps his hand to his mouth and starts shouting.
There is only one king. King Gennaro.
Claude grips my hand and starts leading me around the outskirts so that people cannot spot him as he continues his shout. The crowd begins to chant along with Claude, and then they draw near to the stage where my father and Alcester are standing.
king, one country.
There is only one king! King Gennaro!
There
There's only one king! King Gennaro! I'm walking here. Let's go, Lucette.
The crowd is right next to the platform now, and the chant carries on. Claude pulls me behind him, but my mind is on my father and on his desperate eyes. Sorry, the British accent just kind of disappeared at the end of father there.
It's a,
Ah.
nobody would have noticed if you hadn't said anything.
It's true.
I noticed.
Think that trick.
Hours later, the Merchant's Tavern is chaotic. People are talking over each other, trying to relay the scene that they saw in town today. Every visitor here is talking about what they witnessed. I have been in a corner of the room this entire time, trying to understand everyone but failing. Delora and Parfait are not here to calm all of this chaos.
Hey, princess. How are you feeling?
I almost jump when I hear Rumpel's voice.
Surprised? I can feel when a damsel is distressed, my lady.
I'm really not in the mood for your flirting, Rumpel.
My apologies. I thought you might have wanted some cheering up. Where's your partner?
He went out to town to survey the situation.
Karma doesn't do anything around the tavern, but he does a whole lot for you, doesn't he?
What a dick.
I suppose that's
shit.
at least a man in love can do.
I feel myself blush. What is Rumpel going on about?
Princess, you're pink.
I am not!
That's not all that's pink.
My mind feels all scrambled now. This is all Rumpel's fault.
Strangely enough, the entire crowd seems to have been hired from other cities and states, mainly Brooklyn and Texas. Hey, the Texas accent is not something I can control.
None of us can really control it.
I do as best I can after my diction classes, but it's still... At least I don't talk like this anymore. Because that could be, really annoying.
I talk like
what
country.
accent do you want the peanut gallery to talk in?
I talk like country around my family.
Oh, don't get me started.
Thankfully, before Rumpel can continue talking, the door opens and Delora walks inside to call all the mash and boarders into the reception room.
Blast me, just for you. Yeah!
Oh my.
There you go.
Love for last
There's
me.
a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
Oh, why do I get the paste pecani
Nah.
sauce commercial?
New York City!
Get a rope.
Hot
Get a
damn.
rope.
Bathroom?
Way to the right.
Or
Door right
to,
there.
to mess with Tish. The bear's in the pickup truck.
I will hurt you severely.
When I step into the reception room, I am surprised to see two familiar figures standing beside Parfait.
Ha!
Oh, wow. Okay.
Alright.
Emmeline and Rod. Both of them look downtrodden and discouraged.
Oh my god, how do we do the bunny voice?
Well, I did the bunny voice. Did you want to change up the
No,
bunny
no, no,
voice?
no, no, no. I was just wondering how it's been so long since we've seen
Yeah.
these characters.
No, I did the bunny voice. It was like almost, it was kind of like Parfait, but like a little bit more upbeat.
Okay. As long as you can do it, I'm good with you doing it, because...
Okay.
Everyone is noticeably shocked as they step inside.
The prince and princess, where did they come from?
What is happening at the palace? What of Queen Ophelia? We need silence in the room, everyone.
Delora raises her voice, effectively causing everyone to pause. She glances at Parfait, who nods, and then turns to look at Rod and Emmeline.
Since Princess Emmeline, if you would tell everyone what you told Laura and I.
The room is unnaturally quiet as Emmeline begins her story. She starts with the events of 1 week ago. In the middle of a family dinner, Alcasta burst in with soldiers and seized her, Rod, and Ophelia in front of the king.
Sir Lancaster said that if the king didn't hand over his crown, he would kill us. We had no idea a coup would be staged.
I knew it would be a soft coup.
The three of them were taken down to the prison cells, with Ophelia taken to a separate cell.
Sir Fitzgerald helped us escape, but only just barely.
Fritz, are you openly disobeying your father? I hope he's safe.
Alcaster wanted to kill the king. I'm sure that you still will.
But he has no reason to. The king has already handed over his crown. I speak before even realizing. Everyone stares at me, including Rod and Emmeline.
Alcaster is a foul man. I only think he's usurped the throne now without violence because he wants less resistance from the people.
He never spoke up to my father before.
Did you just say father?
It's a long story,
Emmeline looks between Rod and I, her expression confused.
Oh yeah, that's right. He knows that she's...
Yeah, because he's
'Cause he's
cursed.
Right.
Which curse does he have?
No idea because we
Talking
didn't get
through
to
a goddamn velveteen rabbit. That's
Yeah,
what she
his
is.
his voice was taken from him. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, the Little Mermaid curse.
I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that it is.
Yeah.
I think they told us it was just a long time ago.
He totally needs seashell bra.
You know each other.
Dingle hoppers.
That too.
We do.
Emmeline looks like she wants to say something, but she remains silent.
Our mother is still inside the palace.
We need you to save her somehow. As Sir Fitzgerald.
What happened to Fritz?
We don't know. He told us to escape, but we responded at the last minute. He told us to run ahead and leave him behind.
We didn't see him again after that, and we couldn't just wait, so Rod brought me here. Right now, we need to piece together the situation as quickly as we can. And then we need to figure out a way to save the king. I knew Alcaster was up to something, but I never thought it would escalate to this.
Jorian, what do you know about this?
Garl and I weren't stripped of our titles because we disobeyed Alcaster's orders. It was because we overheard Alcaster plotting something and tried to tell the king of this plot. We gave him a warning, but the king did not believe us. Not with Alcaster and Mithros whispering in his ears.
Who's Mithros?
Priest, I'm assuming.
Some other dude.
Somebody we haven't met yet.
Yeah. I think we met him once, but it was very briefly.
By the way, what kind of idiot lets people that know what he's plotting survive?
A dumb one.
And we're gonna go tell the king just exactly what you were plotting. Yeah, no, you're dead.
Sounds like a James Bond villain.
I'm much more efficient than a James Bond villain. The brothers should hire Rod. He has the perfect name for the game.
I think Last Me tried to get you to...
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother, build the wall. We won't go into politics. I try to stay out of politics.
Nope.
It's because when you start talking politics, people start leaving. And we need all the subscribers we can get.
Yep. He's got a point.
You know what? I need to do like a telethon type of thing where I can cry on cue and talk about all the starving children in Africa that aren't getting food because we don't have subscribers.
That's a good idea. That'll work.
We will donate so much money when we have money to donate, stuff. The king didn't think Alcaster was possible of such a betrayal. He thought we were trying to turn him against Alcaster for our own gain.
And so Alcaster stripped us of our titles and banished us from this place. Lady Parfait found us while we were both... while we were both happy to help out at the tavern. We also intended to eventually do something about the mess of this palace.
So Alcaster has been planning to do this all this time.
How do you think he got cursed? Hunter? No, wait. No, she got cursed because she was going to be the Dark Princess or Dark Fairy or whatever.
Yeah, she was going to be the witch because the witches were going to come for the heir to their throne.
The heir head to their throne more.
That's true too.
But again, she's not better than Claude. You dropped this.
When we part for the night, Parfait and Delora take Rod and Emmeline to a room that they can share. It has been decided that they will be harboured here at the Mansion, a place that Emmeline apparently knew about but never came to because she wasn't cursed. Well, Rod did say that his family knew he was cursed. I noticed Emmeline looking at me many times throughout the night, but she never asked me anything.
She was undressing you with her eyes.
The next few days are a muddled mess. Everyone is busy trying to find out what happened and what can be done to help the king. I am sweeping the tavern half-heartedly one day, my thoughts on everything but my chores.
Wait a minute, she's sweeping half-heartedly. Isn't Mr. Broom doing his job?
I guess even Mr. Broom's down.
A depressed broom. Now, is there anything more depressing in the world than a depressed broom?
A depressed vacuum? It sucks.
Oh. I didn't see that coming.
I did.
Oh.
Stood there, wait for it. Just. Come on. Hey, she's got to get a good joke in once in a while. She's usually too quiet.
I wouldn't call that a good joke.
An effective joke. I wouldn't call it good.
Everyone's been trying to do something to help out the last few days. Though I've gone on quite a few trips into town with Claude to search for information, I haven't been able to find much. I feel so useless. I'm finally on my break, so I decide to go into the reception room to rest. When I step inside, I notice Emmeline sitting on the couch. She waves me over as soon as she sees me. She hasn't really openly spoken to me since she's been here. Parfait and Delora have been trying to hide her so as not to cause a ruckus in the mansion. Rumors are dangerous now.
You're Lucette, right?
Yes.
Ronald told me about your curse. He said that you're the king's blood daughter. I'm really sorry.
I'm shocked by Emmeline's sudden outburst. What?
I didn't mean to, but I took your place. How could I forget my own sister?
We're not blood related.
That doesn't matter. I would love you regardless.
Emmeline was always trying to take me out and do things with me back when I was still in the palace. I distanced myself from her because I thought the king loved her more than he loved me. I still think that maybe he does. We weren't close. Oh. I barely spoke to you, or to Rod. Didn't he tell you that?
He did. But perhaps now we can turn over a new leaf.
Emmeline is as stubborn as always.
She's stubborn? Wait, what?
Pot, meet kettle.
Pot, kettle, pot. Nice of you to meet.
I have more things
Jesus.
to worry about than being her friend. Maybe if you just be her friend,
And
you'll
stop
get
being
your
such a-
third thing. The third piece of her thing to break her curse.
Oh yeah, that's right. She only has one left.
I think so, right? It's
Yeah,
3.
It's 3.
I have to go. I walk off before the conversation can continue.
She's the protag. Has to be like pulling teeth.
Mm-hmm. If I hadn't been cursed and remained in the palace, would Sir Alcaster have taken me hostage too?
Probably.
Duh.
No, he'd just leave you alone so that you could run about. The only blood heir to the throne.
I mean, as idiotic as he seems to be so far, maybe. The hours tick by, and as the tavern is emptied for the day, Delora calls everyone together to explain what she and Parfait have pieced together about the situation.
If I could only do it, if I only felt worthy, I would do Alcaster as the Sheriff of Nottingham and Prince of Thieves.
As Alan Rickman?
There is no way I could approach Alan Rickman. And I would feel terrible if I missed that
I
mark.
would have to think in Alan Rickman terms.
I couldn't do
I
it.
can do it.
I mean, I'm gonna do him like I did before, Snidely Whiplash, but... All he needs is a friggin'
Oh. And Mugsley.
I already did it.
Muttley.
Muttley.
You ran the hat.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
Here, you have a hat.
I don't want the hat.
Hey, do you want that? Fine.
The hat's probably not gonna fit
It's
on my
too
head.
big for your head.
No, it's probably too small for my head. I have a huge head.
So do I.
I still have a huge head.
Just try it.
So it's just fine.
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut!
You get the
I
same
see
size
nothing.
head
I know
as
nothing!
someone who's taller than you.
Mhm. I have a huge head.
That's phenomenal.
Bulbous large head.
Bulbous bouffant. Have you seen Captain Marvel yet? No, I have not seen Captain Marvel. I'm kind of on a strike from Captain Marvel because the... Huh?
Bulbous Snarflat.
The star of Captain Marvel said some things that made me want to just not see the movie, so I probably won't ever
I know
see
what
the
you're
movie.
talking about. Politics.
Yeah, exactly. So I probably won't see it, but I've heard it's very good. My son saw it. He said it was very good. So
We're at the table. We don't talk about religion or politics.
exactly.
All right, everyone. We've come on some new information.
New information?
Do we have to do this right now? The first thing is that Alcaster has cracked down on the riots in town. Anyone seen protesting in his rule is thrown in prison.
The king always valued the people's opinions. Alcaster does not want opinions. He only wants to rule with an iron fist.
Our patrols have shown that there is overall more security in the palace and around the town. They have been charged with keeping people quiet in whatever way they possibly can. As we heard from the prince and princess, things are most turbulent in the palace. The king is still alive, but it is unlikely that he will stay that way for very long. One thing is clear. Given Alcaster's motives to take the kingdom, I doubt he will rest until the king is dead. The king's men have turned against him, and even if they are loyal soldiers, even if there are loyal soldiers still on the left of the palace, we cannot contact them right now.
Rescuing the king and queen will be on ours then.
We just so happen to have people in this tavern that have a shot at rescuing them. Prince Rod has the key to a secret passage that we can use to break into the palace.
Secret passageway? But only the king and the commander of the knights have the key to that passage. How did they get a copy?
Who's going to join us on this mission?
King saw it coming.
Right?
King's not stupid.
Jurien and Garland both volunteer immediately, followed shortly by Claude and Waltz. I'll go too. The room goes quiet as I step forward and volunteer.
Princess, we can't just allow you to put yourself in danger.
I look at Claude, who is staring at me, shocked. I took up the sword so I could protect those I care about.
Princess, you don't have nearly enough practice.
But I can help. I still have time to learn.
I agree with Parfait, Princess. The palace isn't the place for you to try on your own newfound sword skills.
Then you may as well chain me up, because I refuse to stay here while you all go to save the king.
Princess.
Well, she has been practicing with the rest of us. Don't encourage her, Jurien.
I'm sorry, but I call BS. No seasoned knight would have somebody that untrained come in with a secret mission like that. I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah, they really wouldn't.
But it's not like any of us can stop her anyway.
I have ropes. You're right. The princess is quite stubborn.
Pot meet kettle. Claude agrees with Jurien, but I can tell that he does not like the idea of me going along with them.
If only we had enough time to get reinforcements for Karma's country.
Karma's country? Brigantia. How is it possible that a Brigantian citizen can simply ask for reinforcements?
Karma is the crown prince of Brigantia.
There is some shuffling in the room as everyone turns to gawk at Claude.
Rumple,
Rumple, Anise, Rod, and Emmeline all look shocked by this revelation.
You're the lost prince.
Lost prince. Sounds like such a tragedy, doesn't it?
Anise suddenly looks distressed as she fiddles her thumbs.
All this time and I never knew. I'm so sorry, Your Highness.
There's no need for formalities, Anise.
But
I am the lost prince after all. I keep my lineage a secret because right now I'm just a normal commoner in a woman's clothing.
It's fine.
It's fine. But you're the prince. Couldn't you still ask for reinforcements? Even if I did ask for reinforcements, I'm pretty sure they would never come in time. Besides, I can't go back to my kingdom yet.
He cannot go back while he's still cursed. The conversation continues in a more solemn tone. Eventually, we start speaking of our plan to enter the palace. When the details are finalized, I repeat everything to myself to make certain that I know what is meant to happen. Waltz will lead us to the palace then, and Jurien and Garland will follow right behind him, watching for the most immediate enemies.
Leave it to us.
We'll deal with any resistance before it touches you, Princess.
And Karma will be watching from the back, along with Delora.
A witch and a prince for backup.
Delora smiles wryly. Claude rolls his shoulders.
I'd like to think of us as more the closing act. Though if all goes according to plan, we will have no need for either the opening or closing act.
It is a small task force, which is better. The smaller the better. The last thing we want is to be noticed. We decide to meet again over the course of the next week to finalize our plan and carefully survey the situation in town before parting. Claude has taken to training me, Jurien, and Garland at the same time. Just the other day, he had all of us attack him together. Even though I am nowhere near as good as a trained knight, I still managed to hit him once. I feel like things are coming to a sort of conclusion, and yet I still haven't done 3 good deeds. Today we finalized our plans for getting into the palace. We have mapped out where the king and Ophelia must be in the prisons, where the guards might be positioned, and how we plan on sneaking in. I sit down on my bed and am about to lay down when I hear something.
Hello, love. I'm gonna drop his voice. My, you're very red. Were you thinking about me?
I notice that he has one hand on his chest tonight, but then he has been doing that more often lately.
Because
I
he's
noti-
trying to die of a heart attack. Every 5 minutes.
I notice it during practices and sometimes when I catch his eyes. So what, if he falls in love he dies or something?
I don't know.
Is he sick?
I mean, he did hug her and try to have a fucking heart attack, so... Darling.
I shake myself at the sound of Claude's voice. What if I was changing? You could have knocked.
Well, you didn't seem to have a problem when you walked in on me, changing without announcing yourself.
That's different. He strolls inside and steps closer to me. He smiles at me mischievously.
Don't do it, man! Oh, how so? Cat got your tongue.
Claude shakes his head, his smile softening.
I really didn't mean to come in to disturb you. I just have something important I need to say to you.
Claude kneels in front of me and furrows his eyebrows. Will you marry me?
That'd be terrifying.
Ah! I want to insist you reconsider going to the palace with us. As Parfait and Delora have said many times, it will be dangerous.
Nothing you say is going to change my mind. I want to do what I can to help everyone.
Yes, and that terrifies me.
Terrifies you?
If your stubbornness leads to putting your neck out there for someone, I would never forgive myself for your injuries. You want to help me stay here, where you'll be safe.
I'm not some damsel that needs to be protected.
Lucette, all I want is for you to stay safe, so that when we save your father, you can face him with a smile.
I won't be able to face my father unless I'm one of the people to save him.
Stubbornness as always.
I sigh, irritation welling up in my stomach at the look on Claude's face. He's calling me stubborn, but he's being stubborn about this. You said I've improved with my sword fighting.
You have. You've improved so much because your resilience and drive, and because you're genuinely interested.
It's because I have a good teacher.
Oh, your compliment is gentle music to my ears. Your compliments mean a lot to me, Lucette.
My eyes fixate on his soft smile and at the gentle crinkles at his eyes. Our eyes lock, and for a few moments I am aware of a slight energy between us.
Swear to God, if this goes into Cupid territory, I'm
Hello,
out.
sexual tension. I glance away hurriedly, not entirely sure of what would happen if I kept staring at him.
What would be worse? What we went through with Cupid, or having to be sat in the middle between two people doing what we went through in Cupid?
The latter.
Okay, well, I mean, I doubt it's gonna get that.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna get that. What was the rating on this game again?
I don't think we ever checked.
PG something?
Oh, God. Anyway.
I read it. My heart beats unsteadily in my chest. Here we go again with heart attacks.
Earlier today, I comforted your sister when she started crying about the things that happened in the palace.
Emmeline, why would he comfort her?
Oh, God, here we go. I saw her crying downstairs in the reception room earlier today without anyone there. She is a rather sweet girl.
Oh, God.
I keep thinking the two of you are completely different. You're both strong-willed and stubborn, but she wears her emotions on her sleeve while you keep it all inside of you.
I am not hiding anything, if that's what you're implying. Mother always told me crying was weak. Claude stands up and leans forward. Before I know it, I am in his arms.
You're a young man! Don't do it! You have so much to live for. Lucette, I'm always here for you.
I feel flustered again, and my mind feels foggy. I can barely comprehend what's in my mind or in my heart. I'm sorry or thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you is usually the better option, but...
Let's go for thank you.
Is that what you think? Okay.
You never need to thank me, Lucette.
Or hit the log, Lucette.
I thought it was higher than that. Sorry.
But you've done so much for me. It is not just the sword fighting, it's your patience, your company, your saving me when I needed help.
You're hugging me and trying to die. That's not true. I'm pretty sure I'm the most selfish person in this tavern. All I ever want is things for myself.
I've never thought you were selfish, Claude. Yay, we picked the right thing. He puts a hand to my cheek and looks at me solemnly.
You don't think that me wanting you is...
Heart attack?
Whoa.
Suddenly
Yep.
he steps back, his hand on his chest again, his breathing heavy. I stare at Claude with wide eyes. Claude, are you okay?
I'm fine.
He sighs out slowly, but he sounds obviously pained. I'll go get Anise.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine. I swear. It's just a spell of dizziness.
But you... He manages a small, tight-lipped smile before he straightens and shakes his head. His hands are visibly shaking.
I must be tired.
But Claude...
Do not tell anyone about this, okay? I don't want them to worry.
Why is he always so stubborn? He's obviously in pain. I clench my hands into fists as I frown at him. Why must you always be so secretive? You're keeping something from me, Claude.
I'm sorry, Lucette.
Claude abruptly leaves the room, leaving me with my fragmented thoughts.
And his giant pair of blue fingers.
Eyes.
Eyes!
They're green.
His eyes are green. Where have you been looking?
Well, it's better than fingers!
Better than balls, huh? Well, there goes our PG-13 rating for the night.
We never had it.
I know. Free-to-play otome visual novel romance. Yeah, it doesn't have any of the warnings that we got with the
Fucking Cupid.
Cupid. Warning, there will be blood, gore, violence, sexual content, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We survived Doki Doki, right? Ah!
Scarred for life.
Today, I will land another hit on you, Karma.
If you can, darling. I welcome the challenge. Princess, your side is open.
I bring my sword up closer to my side as Garland strikes me. Tonight is the first night I get to use a real sword as opposed to a practice sword.
Always more
God.
learning.
She's gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, you learn faster when you're handling live metal.
The sounds of metal clashing echo into the night. Is this what a real battle feels like? No. We've been practicing under skirmish conditions for the last few days. Since tomorrow is the day we enact our plan, we are doing some last-minute practice.
Remember, fighting back-to-back is better than doing it alone.
Claude dodges Urian's sword as he speaks, but I notice that he seems to be taking special care not to look in my direction.
Troubles with your voice, Karma?
A little bit.
He's been fine for the last few days, but I am not sure when his pain will return. If only he would tell me what was wrong with him. It's because of you, you dumb...
Person?
Bitch!
Bitch!
When Claude finally calls the end of practice, we are all exhausted.
Good job, everyone. You'll all be fine tomorrow.
Garland turns to face me, a soft expression on his face.
And if it comes down to it, Jury and I will protect you.
Garland looks over his shoulder at Claude.
Both of you. That's our job as knights. I'm quite capable of protecting myself, but I do appreciate the offer.
It's late. We should all get some rest.
The two knights excuse themselves, leaving me with Claude.
Lucette, you should go to bed.
Mm.
Princess?
I have a feeling I won't sleep much tonight anyway.
Be that as it may, you should still try. I'm about to retire for the night as well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Either way, we're not going to sleep here.
Show me how to practice the sword, Claude.
Excuse you!
I stayed up all night practicing with Claude our sword fighting technique.
She doesn't have a sword to sword fight with.
Yeah, but he
Depends.
makes a lot of wounds and just goes, never mind.
I want to keep practicing. I want to talk to you.
Practice.
Practicing is probably going to earn us another little crystal.
Because you're sitting there very silently, so I'm going to pick on you.
That's it.
Yes. What do we do?
Pick one.
Why do I have to pick one? I'm not even the one who's actually the character here.
I don't know.
Yeah, you pick one.
I want to keep practicing.
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 Okay, practicing.
Show me your sword! Princess, if you overexert yourself, your reflexes will be slow tomorrow.
But I'm nowhere near as good as Urian and Garland.
You sure you won't reconsider going, Princess?
No, so please stop insisting I reconsider. I will go to save my father. Claude sighs out, then leans forward to set a hand on my head.
Patronizing. Lucette, promise you'll stay behind me if we're attacked.
Oh, Buzz said talk.
Buzz says talk. Buzz, you're slow.
Sorry, Buzz.
All that lag on the internet, you know?
I know, right?
I did
I
save.
don't know. You did save, and that's the
we
thing.
can go back and see, and we didn't get a little crystal
Yeah,
thingy.
we're clicking through, and we're still not getting anything yet. So let's click through a couple more times, I guess,
Okay.
just to see.
Lucette, promise you'll stay behind me if we're attacked. And if at any point it looks like we may not make it, you're to run as fast as you can back to the Mershin.
But that is cowardly.
Lucette, don't you remember what I said before? Sometimes running is the right thing to do. Never run into an impossible situation.
Okay, we should have had that crystal by now.
We're gonna back up because we're safe scarmers.
'Cause
I
this is-
just overrode it.
Oh
Oh well. Locked into our course of action.
Oops.
Oh, what a world! What a world!
I'm just gonna sit here.
Sweet tart jelly bean.
Sweet tart
They're
jelly
actually
bean.
pretty good.
Mhm.
You okay?
I'm just gonna sit here. Keep going.
I've destroyed her faith in humanity. I'm very good at that. 1950s radio voice says, let's do it. Instead, live to fight another day. Promise me you'll stay behind me, Lucette. Give me the peace of mind.
At least promise that.
I promise. Or I cannot promise.
Like I
She
said,
can't, she's never gonna promise that.
at least promise that we already fucked up pretty bad.
Give him this much! Give me this much!
If it will make him feel better before going into this mission, I cannot deny his request. Claude's expression softens as he moves away from me, but he's moving away!
Now we have no way to make him talk.
I mean, I can think of a few ways to make him talk. I'll stay behind you. Oh, that made him happy.
Thank you, Princess. Let's attempt sleep in preparation for tomorrow.
When this is all over, I'll pry Claude's secrets out of him. That's a great way to...
Oh, that's a new loading screen.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but why did we get it?
Because
Scene
it
transition.
takes its time sometimes. I don't know why it does that.
This is not exactly a heavy load game.
I don't know. I don't know why it does that though. But it's done it before.
Maybe that's you did really good in this part, even though you screwed up because one of the guys running the mouse is an idiot. Alright, actually, since we have a scene transition and it is about that time, we're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break. So you guys can go grab a cup of water, grab some vodka,
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
smoke 'em if you got 'em, any of that good nonsense.
If you got it, flout it.
We'll be back at 10:30. So
After these messages,
we'll be
right
right back. And we're back. Look at that. Aren't we surprising? We were having book talks.
It was fun.
It was fun.
If any of you have never read Night Angel Trilogy by Brent Weeks, it's amazing.
It's really good. I bought it because it was about rogues, and I used to play a rogue all the time.
Sorry, random plug. Although I did find it interesting that the Lightbringer series and the Night Angel Trilogy start out almost exactly the same. Did you notice that? Yeah.
He's a very good writer. Anyway,
Here we
back
go.
into our book.
Tonight is the night, and everyone is just about ready to go. I can't get this feeling of foreboding off of my chest. Everyone is gathered close to the door, ready to see us off. Everyone except...
Princess.
Rumpel suddenly appears, a niece coming up to stand right next to him. What are you two doing here?
Lunch the Great and Positivity Bot. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Lunch.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Lunch. Anyway. Well, of course we came to wish you good luck, just like everyone else here.
We'll be waiting for you tonight so that we can elaborate with everyone else returns. Or celebrate. Pick one.
I just figured you just plug on.
Be careful.
Emmeline, who has been everywhere with her brother since they came here, is standing right beside him now with a smile.
I will pray for your safe return.
Her smile wavers, and I can tell she is uncertain.
She has the great knights of Caldera, 2 witches, and a prince. She'll be fine.
Rol's responses are curt as usual, but I cannot help but notice the hesitance in his voice. Even though he stares at me without expression, I think I can see a tinge of worry in his eyes.
Rest assured that we will keep the princess safe.
We're not gonna let Alcester get away with what he did to Angel and its royal family.
Parfait steps forward last. She and Delora glance at each other, and I feel as if some secret message bounces between the two of them. Delora nods ever so slightly before Parfait turns to the rest of us.
It's just sexual tension.
Exactly. Her eyes eventually fall on me.
You've changed since you've been here, Princess, but your dedication and resolve never wavers. It has always been there, just beneath the surface.
Stubbornness or resolve?
Both.
Yes.
It is as if Parfait is able to read my thoughts. She smiles as she sets a hand on my shoulder.
Your dedication is very much like King Girano's. You are proud and honorable, and always take steps in the right direction. That is why I know you'll be back tonight. Just as Rumpel said, we'll all be waiting for you. All of you. Stay safe tonight.
I nod my head as everyone gathered around begins to repeat their hearty goodbyes. It is Delora who walks away first. We all follow behind. The night has just begun. Our way to the palace gates is uneventful, but we pause some distance away from them to take shelter in a nearby alley. Yes, just go right through the front door, guys.
That was my thing. The secret entrance is the front gate. Great playing, guys. 100%.
There are knights everywhere. Yeah, go
At
figure.
the front gates!
I know
Again!
what they need. They need an apocalypse cloak.
You're just walking behind a bush. We're hidden.
We can't. If they can't see us, we can't see them. Wait.
No, literally, they're like walking along and look at the night. Shh, can't see us.
I'm a bush. I'm a bush. I'm a bush.
I'm a babushka.
I turn into a tree. Waltz points to what looks like a regular section of the wall.
There's a hidden door in the tunnels. If we time this just right between the Knights Patrol, we should be able to make it. On my signal.
Right now, I want nothing more than the sound from Metal Gear Solid to play. What?
Never played that.
Claude puts a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. It is an abrupt gesture and doesn't last long, but the motion calms my nerves somewhat. We will be fine. That's creepy.
Okay, it's like blood all over again, man.
What?
It's like the blood all over again.
Yeah, exactly!
No camcorders and scary chicks crawling out of the mirror. We're okay.
Please! Our footsteps echo in the tunnel, although with her mother.
Right.
She might come through the fucking walls.
Okay. If the chick crawls out of the mirror, if we're in the dungeon with a camcorder, I'm fine with all that. But if any of them starts going, I'm not good enough for her, I'm gonna fucking quit. I'm done. If there's any mention of her in this entire sequence, done.
That sounds very Lovecraftian.
Ugh.
Our footsteps echo in the tunnel. Standing in front of me are Jurian and... What?
Not you!
We're trying to sneak in. We're talking about the shrubbery. He says, is that why the knights that say Nee wanted a shrubbery?
Oh, that's exactly why. Okay.
Exactly.
Standing in front of me are Jurian and Garden, who are flanking Waltz. Delora stands beside me and Claude is at my back. This small tunnel makes it seem like we brought a lot of people. That tunnel's not small!
It is when you're trying to wield a sword.
Yeah.
This way.
We silently follow Waltz's instructions. How is it that Waltz knows about these tunnels?
Okay, thank you. Somebody asked it. Because I was wondering.
I've already taken into account the guards and where they might be positioned based on Prince Rod's information.
I've already taken in Prince Rod. Oh, wait.
She might have.
Really?
Who knows?
I was talking about him.
Garland? Exactly.
Jurian.
Both of them.
She's
It was
a
a
woman.
threesome. It was great.
It's fine. We should be alright. Garland and I will act as distractions if needed.
Princess, leave most of the fighting to us, if there's any to be done.
I know. I will only fight if I need to.
If only I wasn't cursed, I'd be able to fight to my full extent.
I think you're still quite capable without all of your magic, puppeteer.
Oh, a compliment. It's an honor. Miss Karma.
I'm only in this dress because of Jurian, you know.
Jurian crosses her arms and cocks an eyebrow at Claude.
I wouldn't fall in love with you no matter what you say.
That's what they all say.
We're here.
Suddenly, everyone goes quiet. I feel a lot heavier as I stare at the staircase in front of me.
This should lead us to the throne room.
I did not know we had a secret passage in the throne room. How much does Waltz know about the palace?
It's your mom, you idiot.
What?
Oh, that'd be fucking wrong.
I would be laughing.
Peter Pan curse.
I mean, yeah, Peter Pan cursed, but he was like what alongside with the Witch Queen.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Maybe her brother?
Dowl. Dowl.
Doubtful.
Sorry, I had a stroke in the middle of...
Dalrod.
I'm doing real... What? I'm fine. I'm okay.
Did your heart start hurting?
Did somebody hug you?
Nobody ever hugs me.
You never let me.
I hugged him.
Of
course, I had to stand him up to Hi, brother, what's up?
Next time when my shoulder isn't hurting, I'll just lift you to my height.
I am really not that used to having to, like, reach up for people. Ever.
Immediately after we step into the throne room, we split apart to avoid the guards' gazes.
Although my kid's getting there.
I stick close to Claude and Waltz as Delora conjures a blanket of shimmering fog that envelops the guards.
I mean, kind of.
Kinda.
I watch as the guards' eyes close before they slump to the ground. Delora drops her hands once all the guards are truly asleep.
You almost had your shot there.
Almost. I'm sleeping here! Well, you little punum. You got a little schmutz on your face.
Amazing how intolerant humans are to magic.
Let's keep going.
Getting through the palace is no easy feat. Hallways that were easy to get through before are difficult to traverse now with all the soldiers standing around. Delora casts a spell to silence our footsteps into quiet muffles, but moving is still difficult, especially with such a group. Eventually, we arrive just outside the tunnels that should lead to the castle's prison.
I'll stand watch.
Be careful, Waltz.
I will.
Yeah, he's dead.
We enter another network of tunnels.
Jurian, Garland, after you.
Jurian glances at me briefly, and then at Claude, who nods a little stiffly.
We'll be right back.
They're dead too.
In accordance with the plan, Claude and I are left at the halfway point of the tunnels to ensure a clean escape as Delora, Jurian, and Garland continue on to the prison. They should be fine, but I am still worried. My eyes wander to Claude, and I bite down on my lower lip when I notice that his hand is once again raised to his chest. I find myself reaching out to grab Claude's hand, but he swiftly pulls it
Now
away.
is not the time.
The glare on his face takes me by surprise. Why is he so angry? Claude puts a hand to his chest and flinches as he leans on the wall.
Not now.
His voice sounds pained. What is he talking about? Claude,
I just need some space, Princess.
but...
I'm fine.
I cannot help but feel irritated at the way Claude has snapped at me.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this way. It's...
He trails off, his eyes distant. Because of your curse, right? Most of the time he is sociable and a pleasure to talk to, but then he reverts to this state. It is like he is two different people. I cannot understand why he is like this. Why do I care so much for someone who keeps secrets?
Lucette, I wish I could explain, but if I did, you'd hate me. Or, more accurately, you'd be afraid of me. Aww, he's a beast.
He's secretly a monster.
Huh. It might be the Beauty and the Beast curse.
It is the Beauty and the Beast curse.
Oh. I could never be afraid of you.
Why would I be afraid of you?
Because the Beauty has to fall in love with the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
But she's already in love with him, so I guess that kind of...
Yeah, but he has to love her in return.
But if he loves her, then he starts having a freak out.
Your spell is garbage.
He becomes the beast.
Don't spit on my keyboard.
I almost...
But will he be brown?
Spit on him, not the keyboard.
Argent, would he be brown or blue?
I don't know. Blue.
I could never be afraid of you?
That's what I'm hoping for.
What is there to be afraid of? Claude wears a pained expression as he looks at me. I see him once again grabbing at the collar of his dress, looking like he's in some kind of quiet agony.
Have you seen that dress? That dress looks kind of constricted. I'm just saying.
A little warm.
And that's what she said, too.
Is he talking about that one woman from before? The one who didn't love him? He thinks I'm the same? I am not like her.
Musette.
Claude's voice trails off at the sound of running.
Spiders. Spiders is what there is to be afraid of. Okay. Quick tangential aside lunch. We've been playing Conan Exiles for like the past week.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a 20-foot tall spider.
Why?
Yeah.
Because why not?
One of the scariest things in my life is having that thing chase me down a hill because I was running away from it. And it's funny because I gained an achievement on Steam called Whatever Hell You Just Crawled Out of.
Wow.
I was like, and then we got all strong and we got our two cats with us and we're like, okay, we're going to take on the spider. We're like, ah, bam!
Run away.
Run. No damage. And it turned around and went, knocked me halfway.
Argent ran away. Bravely ran away. He ran. Bravely ran, Sir Argent.
Yeah.
He was not afraid to die.
I didn't run so much as I was thrown 50 feet into the wall and my cat died and I was very upset about everything.
Brave.
This is the cat, mind you, this is the cat that we took in to fight a very major boss that tore us apart. That just stood there like nothing was happening and this spider just took him apart. I was like, spiders are scary.
That ain't
fuck
right.
That, fuck everything about that. Yeah, no. My wife was not. Actually, what was funny was we found We found a castle type thing, and I was like, I want to go in and see what's there, because I'm stupid. So I go running in there, and there's corruption
So
coming
wait, did
after us.
curiosity kill the cat?
Yes.
Yes.
But we go in there, and I turn around, and I started running before I warned my wife. I was like, run, snake. My wife is deathly afraid of snakes. Literally ran out, and she's like, I have to stop. I have to stop. I have to stop. My hands are shaking. I can't play the game. She's literally sitting there shaking because the snakes scared her so bad in the game. So yeah. And then we fought snakes and killed them because we're awesome.
So the first Conan movie is a no-go
No.
with a 50-foot constrictor.
Yeah. It's a fun game. It really is a fun game. We streamed it to my Facebook earlier this week. It's a really fun game. Anyway. Oh my god, I got it. Karma is actually a cursed Shrek.
Totally.
Maybe he's two people.
Then I saw her face!
No,
She was a werewolf! Not a trace!
She's
Every
out
kid-
of her mind.
Don't give a werewolf a Brazilian. Oh.
wax.
Takes forever.
Wax on.
Whack off. I'm sorry. Okay.
For
That's
4.
some serious kink.
All of it. I already did that one. His hand moves quickly to the hilt of his sword just as I reach for mine.
Oh, that sounds kooky.
We only relax when we see that it is Urian, Garland, and Delora heading toward us.
Don't relax.
Why are they alone?
Where are the king and queen? They weren't in the prison.
I have no idea where else they could be.
Delora steps out from between the two of them, her expression somber.
This doesn't bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking around without a direction. That's a sure way to get caught.
The words have just left her mouth when the alarm sounds behind us.
Don't tell me.
It's the alarm.
Everyone draws their weapons as Waltz appears, running toward us with a harried expression on his face.
The knights are on their way.
How did they know we were here? In seconds I hear the clanking of metal, and then there are knights upon us.
It's Waltz's fault.
We are forced to scatter to deal with different opponents. A guard rushes at me with his sword, and I somehow manage to block his attack. I
It's
should
'cause
be
he's
able to
blind.
wind around him. The knight falls after I catch him from behind and give Claude an opening to attack him.
Lucette! Stay behind me!
I promised I would, remember?
Let's keep it that way.
A smile flashes across his face, and for a few moments, he seems more like the Claude that I know. A knight manages to separate Claude and I, leaving me by myself. He grabs my arm. Unhand me! Oh shit. I watch in shock as a shimmering fog surrounds my attacker, his eyes closing as he slumps to the ground. Oh, Delora. He is only the first to fall. Seconds later, most of the knights in my immediate vicinity have fallen to the ground. I can tell by the subtle rise and fall of their chests that they are asleep.
Stab them.
Sorry, I couldn't focus long enough to cast the spell earlier.
Delora drops her hands and turns to address Waltz, Claude, and I.
Head toward the entrance hall. The king must be in the east, in one of the cathedral rooms. Jury and Garland and I will head to the bedchambers in the east wing to look for the queen. Splitting up's not part of the plan. We don't have much of a choice anymore. If we're going to get the king and queen out of here, we have to improvise. Now go!
Claude grabs my hand and jerks his head at Waltz.
Let's go.
The three of us rush out and into one of the palace hallways. I keep my gaze forward while Waltz and Claude watch for enemies on either side of us.
On the right.
Claude grabs his sword and moves before Waltz and I can respond. He dives low toward a soldier, his sword poised straight for a devastating blow. Knights begin to approach us from the left, and I raise my sword, readying myself. Waltz snaps his fingers, a flash of light blinding the men in the immediate vicinity, and I use the opportunity to rush the knights in front of me. I grit my teeth as I attack. Most of my blows are lucky. There are too many knights for me to be able to get the upper hand. There are so many of them.
Let's
hate when
call
they
it
do this.
Snelly Whiplash. Go.
You.
Well, well, if it isn't the most desirable princess.
I whip around to attack the man that spoke to me, but he is nowhere to be found. Where is he? Who are you?
I wonder. Lucette!
I turn and see Claude running toward me, a panicked expression in his eyes. I take a step toward him when a masked man suddenly blocks my path. Who are you?
It's Tuxedo Mask.
Who the frack is that? Is that Fritz? No.
It's Fritz.
Oh, it's Fritz. I raise my sword, but the masked man taps his cane on the floor before I can swing. An incredible pressure blasts out from the cane. It shoves Claude to the floor and blows me backwards.
We'll blow the man down.
I hit the wall hard and my vision darkens.
Night-night.
Oh no.
Claude. Where am I? Why can't I see anything? My head hurts.
Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty.
I jerk upright at the familiar voice. You're the man who knocked me out! The man laughs and I blink as I try to pinpoint the direction of his voice. Did he blindfold me? I command you to take off this blindfold.
I don't take orders from princesses that no one remembers. But I am a gentleman, so I suppose I shall have to heed a lady's request.
The blindfold is abruptly pulled off and I flinch at the sudden brightness.
Why, hello there, princess.
My captor looks at me, amused. He wears a crooked grin on his masked face and a cape on his shoulders. Who is he? My eyes wander to the throne and I cannot help but gasp at what I see. The king is strapped to the throne, hands bound, mouth covered. Your Majesty! The king pauses to look at me, his eyes containing a mixture of alarm and confusion. I turn to glare at the masked man. Let him go!
No can do, princess. Though, don't you think he still looks regal sitting on his throne like that?
I grip my teeth as I begin to struggle against my bonds.
Struggle all you like. You won't get out of those knots anytime soon.
Who are you? The masked man drops into an elegant bow.
That was a curtsy.
Thank you.
I am called Vog.
Vog?
Thought I said vag.
What have you done to my father?
Me? Nothing. Well, nothing much. I guess gagging a person and tying their hands behind their back counts as something.
Are you working for Sir Alcaster?
I don't work for anyone.
So he's a mercenary?
No,
Mercenaries work for people! The door flies open and Alcaster steps in, his face full of anger.
Mithros the fool! How absolutely worthless he was!
Vog gives a dismissive shrug. He regards me again with his mischievous smile.
While I do agree with that wholeheartedly, that man is in the past. Here, in the present, we have someone far more interesting to deal with.
Vog gestures at me. I glare at Vog before turning my gaze to Alcaster. I used to think Alcaster was someone to be respected.
With that face?
Not anymore.
And those eyebrows? Those are bad guy eyebrows if ever I saw them. If it isn't the princess herself.
You remember who I am?
Once Mithros made the connection, it was just too obvious to be false.
Could Sir Mithros remember me? Alcaster shifts his attention to the king.
Gennaro, do you not remember this girl as your own blood daughter?
My eyes meet the king's, but I see no recognition in his gaze. He cannot remember me. I haven't managed to break my curse yet. Why are you doing this to my father? To the kingdom?
Everything I do for the kingdom. All successful rulers have run All successful rulers have run with an iron fist. Fear is the best motivation. A king that is too lenient and does not inspire fear has no business being on the throne.
But the people of Angier love their king. Before I had thought that the town people were despicable because they hated me. Now I understand those reasons. They may have judged me as mother's daughter, which is wrong, but But that does not mean they should be subject to a regime of fear.
Your obligation as a ruler is to rule for the country, not the people. Back when the queen was still alive and this place knew the fear of the witches, they were far more productive. Fear motivates. Fear makes a man... King Alcester! You better have a good excuse for interrupting. Why am I doing Skeletor's voice?
You better have a good excuse for interrupting, He-Man.
Your Highness, there's a beast. What are you blathering about, you fool? A beast! A magical beast is rampaging around the palace.
Is this the dead witch's doing?
Dead? Witch? No. No, Delora is fine. She has to be.
Out with it. Did Mithros do this?
What? I cannot stop myself from blurting out the question. Sir Mithros is a witch?
He was a witch, but now he's dead.
He turns to his knight and demands more information. I am too shocked to hear their words. Sir Mithros? A witch? Impossible.
What of the other palace intruders? We've managed to apprehend some of them, but we can't get to everyone with that beast taking us out. That damned Mithros. Still a pain even after death.
What did you do to Sir Mithros?
He killed him!
Duh.
Did you not hear me, girl? He is dead. Killed by my hand.
I heard he was getting better.
Huh?
I heard he was getting better.
But why?
He was helpful at first. We worked together to achieve our own personal goals.
He eyes me cautiously.
He wanted you, princess.
If Sir Mithros was a witch, that would explain why he still remembered me. Why did he want me?
Who knows? It doesn't matter anymore. I gave him my knights to assist him in his search when the witches could not. But in the end, that fool was too power-hungry. You never entered into my plans. You would have been safe, princess, had you just stayed put. But now that you're here, you'll come in handy.
Alcester turns back to the knight, who immediately bursts into explanation once more.
The beast is moving quickly. We don't know how much longer we can keep it from this room.
There's a beast in the palace, and it's Sir Mithros' doing. I'm so confused.
So is that accent.
Right?
He's from the northwest part of the kingdom.
I'm doing my best, eh?
Northeast.
Huh?
Northeast.
And what about the others? Are they okay? Let me go, Alcester.
You are not going anywhere. It sounds like some of your friends are very persistent. They'll be coming for you, and when they get here, I will kill them. You, princess, are going to make an excellent bait. You know. Shit. I just did his voice.
Not quite as nasally, but kind of.
Close to
Almost, yeah.
Alcaster's, but not, yeah.
You know, I like this turn of events. Kind of amusing. You, tell me what all of this is.
Varg looks unmoved by Alcaster's anger.
It is Mithros that summoned the beast, is it not? Then you must know what is happening. You're asking me of all people. God, it does sound too much like... Ha! As if I'd be able to answer any of your questions. You. Varg! It doesn't matter how many times you say my name, Alcasta. I won't have any answers for you.
Sir Alcaster turns to me, his eyes manic.
Whether this is Mithros' magic or magic belonging to one of your friends, I'm not going to let it live.
Could Delora create a beast out of thin air? Sir Alcaster draws his sword from his sheath and curses under his breath. I squirm, desperate to find some kind of break in my restraints. Varg surprises me, however, by reaching down and cutting the ropes binding my arms with a sword that I recognize. You have my sword! I stand up as quickly as I can and grab the sword from him. That was too easy. I eye Varg warily as his mouth twists into a smirk. What are you doing? Why are you helping me?
Help? All I did was cut some ropes. Besides, I'm curious to see what you do with that toothpick of a sword.
He talks like he doesn't care at all what happens.
Don't think about it too much, Princess. It's probably a little too much for your small head.
I swing my sword toward him and Varg catches it with his cane.
You really think that I'm the one you should be fighting?
The door creaks and falls off of its hinges. The knights stumble back and I hear screaming as loud footsteps sound against the hall's tiles.
Here's karma. So what will you
Quite
do?
literally.
Run? Hide? Or will the beast kill you too?
Ooh, he's pretty.
Hey, Karma. What's up, buddy?
My eyes focus on the large figure entering the room. Though I cannot make out specifics at first, the form grows more distinct the further it moves in. Whatever this is, I cannot fight it. There is a moment of eerie silence, and then Alcaster yells and the knights rush forward, attacking the beast as a collective. The beast throws them off with surprising nimbleness, his rage in every swipe. I dodge away just before a man's body falls on top of me.
Over here, beast.
Sir Alcaster rushes at the beast. I finally manage to get a clear line of sight to the king, who is still bound and helpless on the throne.
Okay, can I just take one quick second here? If you're fighting someone, never yell at them. Never give them the moment to say, "Oh, hey, I'm over here. Come attack me." Just attack them.
But this is an anime story, so everything does make sense.
It doesn't
It's a
make
story.
a fucking damn sense.
It doesn't make a fucking damn sense. It's a story in and of itself.
Gordon Bennett!
Gordon Bennett! I just think it's dumb how in every movie, every book, every show, they're like, "How about you, beast?" And it's like, dude, you could have just stabbed him in the back and won. Because
All's fair in love and war.
The king. I have to get him out of here. I run toward the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks.
saving the king really shouldn't be your priority right now.
I grit my teeth and swing my sword at Varg, but he easily darts away from me.
I would be watching my back.
It is then that I notice the beast slowly making its way toward me. Why would it be after me? It's not after you. Either I stay here and fend it off, or... Alcaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his sword, and the two are focused once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again, and I realize that it is once more heading toward me. There is no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster will keep this beast busy long enough for me to get them. I turn and bolt through the room, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head toward the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hands grip the arms of his throne, but there is nothing he can do. I'm so sorry. I'll be back. But for now I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past Sir Alcaster, and for a few moments, I think he might be attacking me. Stay back! I hold my sword out in front of me and stand in a defensive position like Claude taught me, but the beast never reaches me.
You've ruined everything, beast.
Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back towards the doors, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here.
I gotta get out of this place.
The beauty and the sinner?
Or is the beauty in the center?
Where did the beast come from? Knights immediately rush toward me. I back away as far as I can without re-entering the throne room.
Princess, come quietly and we'll keep you somewhere safe until this all dies down.
I raise my sword and stand ready when the knights surround me.
I don't know where it started, but that's where it went.
That's now Knight A.
I order you to stay out of my way.
Nope, I can't even do it again. Oh my god.
It's okay, go
Our
back.
apologies.
Go back
Our
to Brooklyn.
apologies, Princess. But we're under orders from the king.
Alcaster is not the true king. What did he offer you for your loyalty? Wealth? Status?
Not getting stabbed in the balls. That is none of your concern.
One of the knights moves toward me, and I react on instinct, swiping at him.
You may want to put that down before you hurt yourself, Princess.
Do not antagonize me. One knight rushes me, and my blade connects with his shoulder. Another approaches me from behind, and I hit him with the back of my sword.
That's called a pommel.
The third moves too fast for me, and I feel his blade cut into my shoulder.
Uh-oh.
Ah! I hiss at the pain that stings from the wound. I'm bleeding. The next time he swings, I successfully manage to evade him, but then bump into another knight. I'm surrounded.
Just come with us, princess. We don't want to hurt you.
No! I feel one of the knight's hands on my shoulder. I attempt to pull away from him, but stop when I hear him scream. The beast. The beast stands behind me, eyes narrowed, its mouth gaping wide. A scream escapes my throat. The knights change their focus to attacking the beast, but it easily swipes them away as it advances toward me. It's getting closer. I desperately back up. However, my back soon hits a wall, and with nowhere else to go, I stand in the defensive position that Claude has taught me. I hold out the sword, and then use it to throw back the beast's shadowed claw as he reaches out for me.
That stands.
It talks. Stay away from me! The beast moves toward me again, and I stumble in place, struggling to hold my ground. A knight throws his sword, the blade impaling itself into the beast's shoulder and giving me an opening. The beast's wounded arm swings into my reach, and I lash out with my sword, managing to draw blood.
Princess.
Delora would never create a beast like this. This has to be Sir Mithros' doing. An attacking knight catches the beast's attention, and I do not wait. As the beast turns... Oh, shit.
I done killed Karma. Oh, man. I feel bad.
Crap.
That's the worst breakup ever.
Well, that's why it's a heart attack.
As the beast turns, I raise my sword and manage to slide it deep into the beast's chest. A piercing cry erupts from somewhere deep in its throat, and I stumble back without my sword, which is still stabbed through the creature's heart. The beast collapses to the ground. I stare as it raises a hand to its chest. That motion reminds me so much of...
Right. It was all an illusion.
A glimmer of light catches my eye. I freeze as I stare down at the ground.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right there, where the blood is already pooling around the sword in the beast's chest, is a rose-shaped locket. The locket I gave Claude. Why do you... The beast stares up at me with glassy eyes, its mouth barely moving. After a few moments, a low rumbling comes from the beast's throat, and I realize that it is a grisly, pained chuckle.
Afraid of me. I told you.
The beast stares at me unblinking, but its eyes are already beginning to haze over. The way it speaks, and the locket that it has. I look at the locket again, at the blood seeping beneath the surface, and suddenly I realize.
If I ever told you the reason, you'd hate me, Lucette. Or more accurately, you'd be afraid of me.
No! No! No!
I stabbed my boyfriend.
I kneel down beside the beast.
I was wrong.
No! 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 Claude! I clutch the locket to my chest as I kneel over the beast. Claude, no, please! I lean down to listen to his breathing, but there is nothing but silence. Everything around me goes dark. I killed him. There is the sound of footsteps behind me, but they are mute, unimportant. Claude, I'm so sorry.
Now is not the time to stop paying attention to things around you.
The end?
Whoa. What the fuck?
Did we not make a bad end?
Bad end. Dun, dun, dun.
I guess we fucked up.
Clearly, we did not make enough good choices here.
Uh-oh.
So yeah,
What was that?
why?
Why?
Why? So,
I almost want to like replay the game altogether. It's actually almost worth it. Because it proves that, you know, we can actually get somewhere.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's so far we haven't replayed anything.
We haven't.
Even if we got the bad ending, we managed to get the good ending in Letter.
Yeah, we got like the super happy one because that at least had a meter.
Yeah.
Right. Right. We could
This
cheese
one
ball
doesn't
that
have
one.
a meter that we have been able to discover, right?
No,
Yeah.
we just have to try and keep track of how many times it flashes for a certain person, especially after we choose them.
We did okay in
We did okay in Cupid.
Cupid.
We didn't get a bad ending. Although, no wait, I think we did get a bad
Yeah,
ending
we did,
originally,
but it wasn't the worst.
I mean, we could always just load from a save.
Yeah, but we don't know how far back we screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
What if it's at the point where we could have made that one more choice?
Yeah, what if it's that one save, John Michael?
yeah, I screwed the game up. It's okay.
Poor life choices.
We'll just,
Volume
everybody will
2.
just blame you.
Everybody blames me anyway. It's okay.
It's fine.
Did I hit you in the face with it?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
So I was having a thinking
Really thinking?
because the first one we ever did for the channel was Doki Doki Literature Club.
Mm-hmm. And we do need to redo that one at some
We
point.
do need to redo that one, and the thing is that we didn't. Nobody can watch that video. Let's just be frankly honest about things. No one can watch that video. It is garbo in every single kind of way. So
Even though we kind of liked what we did, we still couldn't.
The quality of the video, like, we did okay, but the
the
video...
video is terrible.
The video, terrible. Potato, all around.
Maybe she should have talked to Carmen instead of practicing the sword. She may have missed his heart instead.
Oh my god, was that Buzz?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I love Buzz.
Buzz is our friend. This is why we like having him around.
If you just would have practiced a little less, you wouldn't have killed him.
She wouldn't have been so
Man.
good.
Anyway. So yeah, we got a bad ending.
Like, full on bad ending.
Yeah,
Like, we
like
killed
full on,
our-
we killed our boyfriend.
We killed our prospective lover.
Oops.
Our bad guys.
You know, I've heard he's a real beast in bed.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All that sword fighting.
All that practice with the sword. He was very good with it. So we can pick a new one. We can go back and do a different path on this one. Or we can go and do Doki Doki.
Those are all good choices. I like all of them.
I mean, I'm still kind of voting Doki Doki.
I mean, do
Just
we want to
because-
do that now?
Yeah.
I need to pee.
Well then, yeah. Why don't we take?
Let's take a quick 10-minute break.
Yeah.
This is unusual for us. We were only going to stick to a 5-minute break. At
We're
this
normally
time.
not this bad.
Yeah. No.
We normally don't kill our, our love interests.
So we are going to continue with Doki Doki Literature Club so that y'all can actually hear it and enjoy it and everything. So we will be, or we'll decide something else. So we'll be right back. Hey, we're back.
Back, and we're gonna start on Doki Doki Literature Club.
So, here are the rules. If you have played DDLC before, do not spoil in chat. If you spoil anything in chat, I will block you.
Ban
Because
hammer.
this is not one of those things I want people to screw up for others. This is something you need to experience from start until credits. We will be playing through till credits. So, that said, also, there is a very serious warning on the screen. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http://moe/warning.html. Basically, if you have any kind of anxiety disorder, depressive disorder, please don't watch this stream. We love you, but come back later.
Come back later, some other game. Luckily, this is not a long game at all.
It is not.
So,
We should be able to go through this in maybe 1 or 2 sessions, probably 3, since we're starting so late in the evening. But yeah, so if you have a problem with any of those things, please don't watch. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree you are at least 13 years of age and consent your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree.
we agree.
I agree.
Here we go again. It's so cute.
What do we want our name to be this time?
Can it be Kyoma?
Kyoma? Do it!
Okay, how was Kyoma spelled?
Kyo.
K-Y... No, hold on.
Kyoma.
K-
Kyoin Kyoma.
M-A?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Or is it K-Y-O-H-M-A?
No, there's no H.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kyoma.
there's no H in Japanese.
Well, sometimes there
Yeah, there
is.
is.
There is?
Hahifu.
Oh, you're right.
Hahifu.
Alright, we
Right,
gotta
how
get
much
into Sayori.
Japanese you know?
You're
All right.
Sayori.
At least we know the voices in this one.
Right?
We know who's talking.
Yeah. One benefit of redoing these. Hey!
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. Okay, I'm going to check one thing before we go much further. Oh, it's not doing the desktop audio.
Oh no.
Yeah, this needs to be captured.
It helps immensely.
What, the sound?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, I'll get it fixed next episode. Trust me.
Luckily, it's just the intro.
Yeah, it's just the intro. We're fine. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Kyoma.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them thinking we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori.
Oh god, I forgot about all the different laughs.
Oh, jeez.
Who is playing who? You're playing Sayori.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing Yuri. That's
I am
an
Yuri.
absolute sure.
I think I was Monica, wasn't
She
I?
was Monica, but then should I be Natsuki then?
Who wants to be Natsuki? I think you have a better voice for Natsuki, though.
Okay.
I can be Monica. I can.
Yuri and
now,
Monica.
Now the microphone can pick me up. I can actually differentiate between Monica and Yuri.
But yeah, you've got the better voice for Natsuki.
Okay.
So, Monica, Yuri, Natsuki, Kyoma, Sayori. Okay. Okay. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
Sorry.
It's okay. By the way, Kyoma, have Have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club?
I told you already.
I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
I
Did
don't think
I?
your school.
I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I just dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sari likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll take a look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sari wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sari must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know,
Know what?
well, that you could come to my club.
Sorry.
Yeah?
There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sari's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Kiyoma, what a surprise! Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
Humph.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Kyoma.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Kyoma. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs the first, then Monica and I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face.
It's delicious.
I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
Yeah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy.
Did it say that the first time? Alright. And give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. About having heard this before? Did it say that before?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Heard this before.
Unfortunately, this also you might have forgotten to delete one thing. Although I could have sworn the first time we played through, we did see that going, what?
What?
Yeah, I think so
Very
too.
confusing. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I mean that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider joining the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
And that's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, we'll make sure that you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah!
We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Kyoma, what kind of things do you like to read?
Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds herself comfortable in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Yeah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh? Why is that?
Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back!
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sari sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your reader
exposing your vulnerabilities and showing in even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example, help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Aww.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
And
Huh?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthening the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Kyoma?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I've bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind since the entire time. I never said I'd join this club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But, I'm sorry, I thought...
Kyoma.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sorry wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
That makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, and we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Kyoma, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Kyoma! Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Saori and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always stayed after class for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Saori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright. Yosh! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Poem time!
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will
So are we
like.
going to do the same thing as before?
Okay, so how are we going to do this?
Before we just switched back and forth, but...
We did switch back and forth, but we were playing for our first run through, but we happened to pick Yuri just because a lot of Yuri's words are bigger. We like bigger words. That's just how we do.
We did find out through the first playthrough that you pick a girl based on the words you think that they would like. So if we're going for Natsuki, we need the cute, happy, bright one. So we're going for Natsuki.
Are we going for Natsuki, or are we just going to play through with Yuri again? Because I kind of feel like we should at least play a different way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go for Natsuki.
Natsuki? Okay.
We went for Yuri the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Unless, of course, because like we might still even choose to have a Yuri read through, but maybe not tonight.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
So Natsuki. Okay.
Sugar, strawberry, alone, essence, suicide, vanilla, lazy, warm cheeks.
Strawberry?
Sugar?
Strawberry.
I hope strawberry's the right choice. Oh, there we go.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
Color, hurt, horror, unrequited, heartbeat,
Rainbow.
amazing, fantasy, aura, tragedy, rainbow.
It's got to be.
Oh,
No! Sayori. Calm, raindrop, spinning, excitement, family, extreme, waterfall, breathe, question. Puppy!
Extreme.
Puppy? There we go.
Puppy. Disown, vertigo, silly, vibrant, treasure, shopping, determination, comfort, climax, love.
Silly.
Climax.
No, I think it's silly.
Silly.
She likes the simple words.
Ah!
See again. Or
No, Sayori.
again.
Damn it.
Sweet, misfortune, disarray, infallible. Lollipop.
Lollipop's gotta be lollipop.
Okay.
Gotta be. Chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Pink?
Pink. Fun.
There we
Yeah,
go.
it's
Okay.
pink. Okay.
Shiny?
I think shiny is hers.
Yep.
Okay.
Dazzle, clouds, bliss, pain, captive, loud, existence, secretive, destiny, fester.
Clouds?
Bliss.
Okay.
Okay, we're good, we're good.
Feather, sunset, universe, forgive, insight, boop.
Boop.
It's boop.
It's gotta
We
be
know that
boop.
one.
It's gotta be boop.
Sparkle.
Sparkle?
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Oh! You're terrible.
I'm sorry. Play?
Laugh.
Yeah, laugh or play.
Laugh or play. Let's.
Games?
Games? You think so?
Or laugh, play, or games? I don't know.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. Kitty!
Kitty!
It's gotta be.
Kawaii!
Kawaii.
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 Okay, okay. Fluffy.
Lovely.
There we go.
This is easy. This is hard. Okay. Heart, journey, sing, philosophy, dance, graveyard
Heart
analysis, memories,
or dance?
depression,
Sing?
extraordinary.
Sing or dance? Dance.
I think dance.
Nope.
Damn it!
Giggle.
Yeah.
Poof.
Poof. It's gotta be poof.
Hop.
Hop.
Candy.
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 Oh, candy.
Okay.
Effulgent!
That's right.
Effulgent!
So should do. What
Doki
does
doki?
Doki Doki do?
Sunny? Oh,
Okay.
Doki doki.
Doki doki.
Doki Doki. Hi, Genkyoma. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Kyoma. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it?
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Kyoma always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sorry, that's because your room's so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Kyoma can become good friends too.
Sorry.
Hmm?
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori.
Eh? Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Guys, I'm going to have to take one quick break. I don't like doing this, but I am going to have to take a quick break. I'll be right back. And we are back.
Hooray!
I think.
Oh no, did it do bad?
Did it do bad? No, I didn't.
I didn't. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Sorry about that,
I mean, we
guys.
still don't have the desktop sound, but I guess.
That we
I'm
can
gonna
deal
that.
with. There, they can use the one over there. Hopefully it doesn't echo too bad.
Yeah, no. It got bad for a minute because I turned on both microphones on. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, we're good.
Hello, hello. Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. That was kind of a minor emergency. I enthusiastically
I
take
think
the
you
book
forgot to pause. Or not to pause, to mute.
to mute. I did.
And that's gonna drive you nuts if you don't mute it back.
Sorry.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging inside the closet.
Ugh.
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there?
Friggin' Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it unless you figure out who the other person stands. How did you know, anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points at the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Kiyoma. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact,
Natsuki pulls on the first volume of the Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm going to show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking an animated feminine pose. It's exceedingly moe.
Don't just stand there.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Yeah, what is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this?
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eagerly to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
Huh? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing really important's happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice-of-life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot?
Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts.
Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean?
What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power.
Could save.
This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but there's a lot of baking in this manga.
Well...
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
Yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't. Just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Wait a minute, this isn't Conan.
Oops.
It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be listed as it either.
Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson.
She looks so cute, and this is fun because we never got to do any of this stuff before.
No, it says Visual Novel Friday, Cinderella Phenomenon. I guess I could change that.
Oh no, category Conan Exiles.
It never changed the category. Ha!
Because you forgot to let her know that she needed to just, go down when she was trying to change it.
My bad, guys.
No, that wasn't you.
No, that was. Because she had a chance, because you were telling her to change the title.
Oh, I
and
never changed.
Yeah, you never told her to go down to category to write down.
Oh, well, I'm an idiot. So, sorry about that, turd. Conan Exiles is later this week. Probably this weekend sometime.
With how much you've been playing it? Yeah.
As much as I've been playing it, yeah.
She's adorable.
Reread on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not. Even though you're just watching...
Even though you're just watching me read?
Why do I always do that?
Because you got the bug from the main character.
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess that's fun sharing something you're like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Sorry.
Humph. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face.
Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge much, unless friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I just gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. Flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
I totally forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone.
Eh?
Are you all ready with today's poems?
No, come on. Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there.
Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it to Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but Monica just said...
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you.
Huh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait!
Sari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sari's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Ooh, who do we go to first?
Do 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 do. Since you guys can't hear it, we're singing it for you. Okay.
Sari, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica.
I
Who do you think?
mean, if we're going, but it doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter what order we choose them in, right? That doesn't affect the game.
Not really.
Kind of does.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah.
So, Monica?
First answer. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, Kyoma. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Bet you are always listening.
Of course, I'll be free to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, I want to share your do you want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Kyoma. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll have to learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Kyoma.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
No! It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So, take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein?
Maybe a long time ago.
He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody.
I see. So, you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that?
Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? Spackle. Oh god.
Spackle, yeah.
I forgot how much I hated this handwriting. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Ooh. So, what do you think?
It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between the words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone else is friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something written down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening.
And that is a wrap. I'm going to save here. And we will be back in 1 week with the rest of Doki Doki Literature Club.
Please a lot of it.
Yes. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. Definitely share, follow, all of that. Definitely get our name out to your friends. I know you all have friends.
We're on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.
So come find us in all those places. Argent Leftovers on all of them. And we will see y'all lovely, wonderful, happy, groovy people next week. Thanks for showing up, and we will talk to you later.